Well, he looks at me with those innocent eyes and says, looks like you're wearing some kind of disguise. Station, what's up, PCP Army? Welcome to our PCP Movie Night, a live discussion of our movie of the week, which this week it is Josie and the Pussycats because, and once again, let's remind everybody, as Travis said in the very, very beginning, be sure to type Josie and the P-Cats or YouTube is not going to let your comment be shown. We found that out the other night. Anyway, we're talking about Josie and the Pussycats. In my opinion, much underappreciated classic film. It was panned when it came out. People hated it. It did not make money. It literally ruined the directors' careers and even Rachel Lee Cook's career. So 20 years later, this movie is now a cult classic, and we're going to talk about what we love or what we don't love about the film tonight with the Excitable PCP crew, including Jay Strick in the house.
Heath Ledger is the new Matt Damon.
Oh, too soon, too soon. Speaking of too soon, it's good old Jab, Jelani.
What's up? Dear God, we're doing this.
De jure means friendship, young man.
I told you a long time ago, Jelani, that we could be friends for life, but every 20 years, I'm going to make you watch Josie and the Pussycats.
That was said. I don't remember that, but okay. Here we are.
Speaking of just a bit, it's Mike06. What's up, my man? Can't hear you, but that's awesome. Can't hear you at all. Speaking of can't hear you, it's Brooks.
Hey.
I feel like he had like a bit too, and you can't even hear him.
I know. Yeah, you might need to figure something out, Mike. Anyway, Station, PCP Army. I know that some of y'all watched this movie for the first time out there in the Army because we were doing this movie night. Hey, we lost Mike. That's okay. And I know some of you have revisited it and you liked it already. And I personally love this film. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I've always thought it was brilliant. It's written and directed by Harry Elfont and Deborah Kaplan. They're the writer and directors of Can't Hardly Wait. I love both of these films. They've only made those two films. Now, they've also written other films, including a very Brady sequel, which definitely sets you up for the tone of this film. I think it's a great, fun, satirical look at commercialization and corporations taking advantage of the malleable brains of the youth, right? Through music, through marketing, product placement. You know, one of the criticisms I always hear about this movie, and if you look at all the bad reviews when it first came out, they were talking about there's too much commercial like product placement in the film. It makes it come across as hypocritical. And I completely understood that it was the joke. Of course, it stars Rachel Lee Cook, Tara Reid, and Rosario Dawson as the Pussycats, and it's got Alan Cumming and Parker Posey, the amazing Parker Posey, as the film's villains. Lots of other little fun side characters that are only there because they were in the comic, and literally they straight up tell you that. I love this film. I loved it back then. I adore Josie in this movie. I think it's got a simple story, and anybody who does a movie adaptation in the late 90s, early 2000s, of a former cartoon or a comic book series from Archie, it's going to be this type of cheesy, goofy movie. And they knew that, and they went with it, and they were making a movie that's basically a corporate decided project to sell merchandise. And then they use this as a vehicle to criticize that exact same thing they're doing. I think it's like Inception. Anyway, this was your first time watching it, Jay Strick. What do you think overall about Josie and the Pussycats?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. It is cheesy, but it's so much fun, and the music is awesome. And I love Rosario Dawson. Like that's my girl. Rachel Lee Cook's great too, and Tara Reid. But Alan Cummings too. I didn't even know he was going to be in this. He's so funny, man. And Parker Posey, they're just memeing the whole time. Dude, I love the movie. It was a lot of fun watching it. I really, really enjoyed it.
All right, Mike is back. It seems like he's gone to his cellular phone. So
yeah, but for some odd reason, both microphones just died on my laptop. So,
Okay.
and there was two. This
That's
happened too. So I'm having
For
to
sure.
restart my computer now.
All right, fair enough. All right. Jay Strick really liked this film. I'm glad you mentioned the music. We'll do a whole bit about the music because
Yeah.
one of the things that appeals to me so much about this film is the music. It is, and we'll talk more about it, but that is Kay Hanley from Letters to Cleo is the voice of Josie from Josie and the Pussycats. I'm getting an echo from one of y'all. So
Probably me.
all right, let's the most professional movie review we've ever done. I'm just going to mute Mike real quick. Jelani, you're I know some of your thoughts on this film already, so I would love to hear what your thoughts were on the revisit, my man.
Dear God. I like the music. It's a film that I saw this years ago, by the way. I watched this in the movie theater because I worked there when it came out. And
No, you didn't.
I
No, you
was,
didn't.
yeah, I did. I watched this film.
2001?
Yeah, what? Well, I didn't work there. I was
We're
there.
at Hollywood, man. We're at Hollywood Video.
No, but I saw it. I've seen this movie.
You were there. I know you were there.
Bro, y'all were stretching. Just let him go.
Either way, I watched this film.
I was there.
I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. It's just, I don't know, man. It's so long. And it's so the cheesiness for me. The cheesiness for me is too much. It's too much, man. There are only two things I like about this film, and that's the music and the Pussycats. And past that, it's just like it just felt stupid to me. Even Carson
percentage of this movie, dude.
Yeah, no, and it drained me. I just couldn't watch it. It's just not my thing, man. It's not my thing, and I'm not trying to crap on the movie, man. It's just not my thing.
Oh, dude, say what you feel, man. Like Josie says, you know.
Yeah. And there's quotable things in here, but the only time I really laughed in this movie was the bloopers at the end. I thought the bloopers were great, because it showed that, you know, it felt wild, but the kind of the stuff, I get what they were trying to do. I understand that they were trying to make like a cartoon live action movie, and they were trying to get, you know, it felt like that's where they were trying to go, but I feel like it didn't execute it properly for me. It just didn't. I mean, if you're gonna make it that goofy, make it self-aware goofy. It kind of felt like they broke the fourth wall a lot, but not enough for me to get it. I'm sorry, dude.
It's funny that you said be self-aware about it, and I'm like, this movie is like the most self-aware movie out there.
It could be, but
okay, that's fine, man. That's groovy.
Dear God.
So it didn't age well for you.
It shouldn't age well. It's got TRL and Carson Daly in it.
You know, fun fact, Carson Daly.
And no cell phones. See, most of the stuff that could have been resolved with a cell phone call.
Or cell phones back then. They were kind of new.
He had a cell phone.
They were crap.
With a cell phone.
Yeah, they were crap. But
yeah, Cummings got the cell phone the whole time.
He's the one trying to. Oh yeah, it smells like Teen Spirit.
Oh, I love that. I love the code word. It's time to take the Chevy to the levee. All right. Speaking of taking the Chevy to the levee, and fun fact, Carson Daly and Tara Reid were dating at the time this movie was produced.
I believe it.
What'd you think about the film?
This movie is fun. I was surprised how funny this movie was. Yeah. It's funnier than I remembered it. Like, I laughed a lot and hard at a lot of parts of this movie, and it's like, it really leans into, you know, what it is. It's just kind of this goofy movie like this. It's like they don't care, you know, the whole product placement thing. That's kind of like this part of the joke where they're in when they're staying, you know, in this room that's got like Target symbols all over the walls, and she's always holding that little stuffed Target dog.
Yeah, right.
And like, I'm actually somewhat familiar with Josie and the Pussycats, not from the comics, but I remember Cartoon Network used to have the show on a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of like I would say I watched it like regularly, but I watched it a few times, and like I think all the characters right. I think they stayed like true to the, you know, the nature of the show, and even like the kind of humor that the show was known for. Like, I'm not, you know, I've never read the comic, But there was one thing that bothered me is like they called the dude that Josie is into like the hottest guy in Riverdale. So like, does Archie not exist in this version of Riverdale?
No, this
That's-
is art.
that was
This is
Josie's
Riverdale.
opinion.
This is Riverdale 2403. So
Ah.
it's the multiverse theory of Archie comics. Yeah, he's definitely not the hottest guy in Riverdale.
Yeah, he's pretty generic. He's
I
pretty
honestly think that their band manager, the dude from Road Trip, was was actually probably hotter. Was that Paulo Castano?
Yeah.
And Missy Pyle. Oh my God, I love them because they have no purpose in being in this movie.
No.
But like they're literally in the movie because they're in the comic. And there's a whole damn scene about it. I love it. I'm really glad that some of the jokes landed harder with you. I found myself just, even though I've seen this movie so many times, laughing so much during this film. It's so funny. Like, you suck. Like all kinds of fun, goofy stuff. Speaking of fun and goofy, Mike, what do you think about the movie?
I enjoyed it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I like Brooks. There's a lot of funny moments. The product placement didn't bother me at all. I thought it was kind of funny because then it's like, where are they not going to put product placement? So finding it in all these like weird spots, and it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe they thought to put it there, and I can't believe. And then they were clever with some of it. So it would be like, pledge, like hardwood floor cleaner, and there it is like on like engraved into like furniture that's wood. So it was just kind of funny and stuff like that. So it was just fitting. The acting is cheesy, but it's worth it. So I thought it was fun.
It's worth it.
So worth it.
It's that movie was so far ahead of its time. It's not even funny. Like I didn't watch it back. This is my first time to watch it. So I've watched it 3 times in the last 2 weeks. So
savage.
Nice.
Man, it's that good. Like when we get into cinematography and stuff, like that'll be
it's
that's where it's leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of things.
I think it's wonderfully shot, and it's just a very well done product, in my opinion. Now, it was also terribly mismarketed. They marketed this towards like teenage, like 10 to like 14-year-old girls. Like that's not what
wants to watch it, man.
And in fact, there's even there's a full frame family version that was released on DVD alongside the widescreen PG-13 version that takes out like all the sexual innuendos and the jokes and cut some scenes and things like that. So there is a neutered version of this because Archie Comics did not approve of this movie. And I was watching one YouTube essay, like some video essay, and the guy didn't come out straight up and say it, but he almost kind of alluded to the idea of a conspiracy theory behind the failure of this movie. That because it was doing so well of a job of poking fun at the system for cranking out droll, and the directors say it spins out of the idea that in the 90s we had this like really great movement in alternative music and hip hop and rock music and grunge of like anti-corporate, anti-authoritarian type stuff. And then really literally overnight in the late 90s, what happened? Everything went bubblegum again, you know? And
even punk was like bubblegum back then.
What's that?
Even punk became bubblegum a lot.
Yes.
Back then.
And like Kay Hanley, I think in an interview I watched, actually said that she thought that the directors were genius because in this movie, they foresee the fall of the boy band and the rise of pop punk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Somebody's phone just made a loud noise. That's not cool.
I'm sorry. My computer's restarting. I can't control when people send me messages now.
Yeah, there's this thing called silent. You can't control that. So moving on to the cast, I think my favorite performer in this movie is Rachel Lee Cook. I think she does an amazing job of Josie. None of the actors have too much to do because everything is so on the nose as far as the emotional resonance of the film, right? So I think that she handles being able to have you be connected to this character instantaneously in a really cool and fun way. So I think that Rachel Lee Cook, for me, just absolutely knocks it out of the park. Who's your favorite performer and character in this film, Jay Strick?
Oh man, it's so hard to choose because there really is so many good characters in this movie. But I think I'll bundle mine together as de jour because they were just, bruh. It was like what you just said. They captured the essence of a boy band perfectly. And honestly, Backdoor Lover slaps. That song goes hard. Like I would jam to that today. And I wish like their whole bit in the plane was so funny, man.
So funny.
And like,
I love Alan Cummings' way he handled him.
oh, I know.
Hands up.
Yeah, hands up. In the like, I think my only complaint about the movie is that they're not in it more. You know, like I guess in the ending they didn't have the budget to bring the guys back, so they just had the one random guy. Like I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah,
apparently he hasn't done anything else really either. I looked it up.
It's pretty much a cameo appearance by those three guys because they were in Can't Hardly Wait, which is from the same directors. They were the band. Remember arguing over the dude's Prince shirt. Yeah. And they hit all the archetypes of boy band. They have two great songs that were written for them with Du Jour Around the World.
Yeah, that was fire.
And it sounds like a damn NSYNC or Backstreet Boys song. In fact, the whole opening of the film is pretty much the I Want It That Way video.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and they do Seth Green, Breckenmeyer, and the dude from Scrubs. I can never remember.
Phase on Love.
Yes, they are so freaking fun. First monkey pooed on my two little balls. Like I love it. It's like you stole my face, you know, and the whole bit about that I shaved my goatee in the Don't Tell Papa video. Like they eat those roles up and they are so memorable. And it does. Sure. I've seen some comments in the chat. It reminds me of an MTV made for TV movie called Together. So if you like Du Jour and you want to see that idea really fully explored, check out the movie Together. I've actually played it at the Deep a lot, and Strickland always complains when I do. Jelani, what do you want to highlight character-wise?
I mean, you're right with Josie. Josie's a great point of view character, but Rachel E. Cook does play it kind of flat though. She has her moments. I liked her, and she's all that. She's a great actress. I really hate that this did kind of tank her career because she could have done a lot more going forward. I think she has, but I don't know what it is.
I think her newest thing was a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a shame.
I watched it. It wasn't good.
That's a damn shame because I really liked her in the 90s. So in early 2000s, she was really cool. So I mean, I liked her as a character in the movie. And since you took it, I will go with Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming as that he's a great actor anyway, but he's just such a villain. He plays such a villain so well. And like I know it's cheesy and over the top because he's chewing scenery the whole time while he's like on that phone and doing just his dastardly deeds. It's just like he's a cartoon villain. Like, he's a cartoon villain.
Yeah. He's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon villain.
Yeah, he's a cartoon villain. So I get it. I get where they're. Look, once again, I understand what they're trying to do. I just don't think they executed it that well. That's all I'm saying.
Alan Cumming's great in the
Alan
role.
Cumming is great though.
His reveal at the end.
White ass Wally.
Yeah.
You are albino. It's makeup.
Like, this is how I actually talk. I just started using that accent because I thought it would make me attractive. Like, I just love that. It's so freaking funny. He's great. That's a great pick, dude. And I love the moment because it's so cheesy. But when he's trying so hard to find a new band, like it's going to be that hard, right? But he just happens to land in Riverdale because that's where they has to blow up the door plane. But he has that CD case and like he puts it over and the smoke of the fog's coming out and it says #1 band in the world because they're already removing it from the Du Jour poster. Like I love it, man. Fantastic pick. What about you, Brooks?
I'm sure you'll like this, but I like the Parker Posey character.
Yeah,
of course.
Fiona.
I remember my boy was a big fan back in the day. But yeah, she's like
House of Yes.
Like this is kind of a role I think that she really fits in. The only role I can like, I know she's been in a lot of stuff I've seen, but the one that always comes to mind is Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Plays the
Yeah.
The very unpleasant. Takes so much pleasure in torturing freshmen.
Yeah.
And like I think that like she has a face where she can look like a very pleasant person, but she can also like play that. She has a kind of not to be insulting to her or anything, but kind of a villainous face.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, and she like puts it to full effect in this movie because like she does she goes from the she's so happy and like giddy and all this, and then like all of a sudden she like starts cracking a little bit, you know, like, oh, I can't eat that. I'm such a pig and all this stuff.
You're
So,
pretty
like,
popular.
yeah, like her, I thought she was like a very entertaining villain. She isn't in a lot of the movie, but the parts that she's in, like, you know, she goes all out.
I love that bit with her, and I think it's like this Secretary of Defense or something, and she's like, and you'll never see it coming. He's like, what'd you say?
What'd you say?
And then she's like, ooh, that was a close one. What'd you say? That was close to being a really nice moment between the two of them.
She's just so weird, and it just works, you know.
She
Like,
is, the way she comes down the stairs, and Josie and them are just like, what? And she's like, let's gossip, girls. Like, she's trying way too hard, and she's caught in Arrested Development, and it's pretty fun stuff. What about you, Mike?
Since y'all talked about a few of the ones that I really like the most, I guess we'll go with the road manager and his sister. I can't remember their names right now off the top of my head. The only reason they're there.
And Alexandra.
yeah.
The only reason they were there is because they were in the comic book. So
And
I thought
the girl had the sister had like a love triangle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Alan M.
which was like a part of the show, I remember.
so.
Yeah,
Like,
it's in there
I
a
thought,
little bit.
I thought they did it. I thought they were kind of fun. They were a little campy. They had their own humor that they brought to it. So it was always kind of like this little. They played against it's like two different groups playing against each other. So I thought they did really well on that.
Dear God, that woman's got a skunk on her head.
No, that's just her hair.
Oh, I love it, man. She is so funny. You know, when she like rushes into the bathroom with Josie and
Just stand
and the
there.
others, and she's just like, they're putting music, you know, subliminal messages to make us. They're selling our music. She's like, I knew that there was something wrong because you suck, you know, and like they're like, put your flies down, and I love. She is so funny in this. Holshoe's in the house. He says, "Station." I asked John if he wanted to do Josie with us, and he's along the lines of Jelani. He's like, no, I don't understand your fascination with this movie.
Sounds like something an alien would say.
Oh,
I agree.
I agree.
Flipping the script. Speaking of flipping the script, what do you think about the script, the style, the structure, the look, the tone of this film? I think it's great. They're basically making commercials. They're using the technique that you use to make commercials and music videos. Very quick cut, bright and vibrant. I love in the scene when they're all getting made up to like be presentable, right? For the audience.
Which they didn't do anything, by the way. By the time they were done, they looked exactly the same.
Oh no, they're wearing all
That
like
was the
shiny
whole point.
stuff.
They're wearing dresses and shit, dude.
Yeah. But anyway, and they're wearing the appropriate color, because another thing I love about this film is how the color palette will change, and you can piece together what colors are trending by what everybody's wearing, and of course Wyatt's glasses, which I think are super, super cool. But when they get to that scene where they're doing the makeover bit, they do something, they like overexpose it, so you see like how fake and phony the makeup looks, and I think it's an absolutely great scene. I love the way that this is shot. And about the product placement, the directors say in the commentary that nobody paid them to do product placement. Like, that was all intentionally put in by them to be funny. Like, they didn't make money. Because think about this, and Mike made a good point to me earlier. If they did have money from McDonald's and Targets and all this kind of stuff, they could have afforded Seth Green and Breckenmeyer and them a little bit longer, possibly. So that was all apparently just laid in. But I love the whole flow of this, the satirical nature of it. It actually is saying something, you know, and it's not nuanced with it. It is right there on the surface and obvious, when even literally like Alexander at the end of the film is like, I'm not the clothes that I wear. He starts taking off his clothes. I love it. What do you think about the style, look, and script and all that stuff? Jay's trick.
Oh man, I love it, brother. It's so much fun, and like, it makes sense that it's the directors from Can't Hardly Wait, because you can see vibes from that movie into this one. Dude, some of my favorite parts in the movie is the montages with the music, and it's just them like doing cutscenes.
Montage.
Dude, I love that. I don't know I know it's like campy, but I thought it was so much fun, and I loved it. I don't know why I loved it so much. Maybe it's because like there's not too many movies, at least I've seen, that had that in that. So I thought it worked. I think the whole product placement thing, I think people have a hang up with that, but I thought it was brilliant.
Absolutely. I love this movie so much. It's got such an energy to it.
Mhm.
What about you, Jelani? What do you think? Give us your critique on the style and structure of the film.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, once again, I understand what they were trying to do. They've put that product placement everywhere. It has a look to it. It has a 90s look to it in the 2000s, and it's the product of its time. I know exactly what they were doing. It kind of dates that movie for me because it's just such a slice of the 90s or the early 2000s where TRL is.
2000s.
Yeah, that's basically where we were. And it's a snapshot of it, but I just don't think it was executed well for me. It's fine. I think some of the parts I think everything's shot well. I like the the de jour Backstreet Boys thing at the beginning where they're dancing and they're the back door lever, and it's not bad.
When the lights turn low.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but I was like, oh God, it's such a huge parody. And
That's
like,
so funny too, because you get the idea that they're doing this song about like, being the backdoor lover, meaning like a sneaky love, like underground, right? But like they're totally missing out on the actual connotation.
Yeah.
It's just so freaking funny. And they're like doing like the booty dancing with each other and all that kind of stuff.
Like, that's not how it's supposed to be, man. But I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, every scene is shot, very well. It is very well shot. I can't deny that. It looks, every section that they're in, where they are. I don't know how to explain that. A good way to explain that. When they're in the plane and they have all the Target logos all over the plane,
yeah,
it just feels like a corporation purchased this plane for them, and this is what they're flying in, and this is how it's supposed to go. And then like when Melody, Tara Reid's in the shower, and it's like a McDonald's shower.
I love the McDonald's shower.
McDonald's paid for that shower. So I mean, yeah, the story. What I didn't get about that scene, though, and I will go to that real quick, about the de jour guy being the one that put the lipstick on there, but you really can't tell that it was that guy. Like, I don't know, like the build up, and then when you find out it's that guy, I'm like, oh, okay.
And then what the funny thing is, literally to no point.
Yeah,
like
there's no point. Like they just show up.
And then they get taken out.
They get taken out immediately.
And doesn't Josie finds out about the hidden messages on her own. So it's almost like, why is it even there? But it is a fun little tie back at the end. And I love how he starts like macking on Alexandra. Right. He's just like
a media thing. Yeah. But it's so, dear God, why'd you make me watch this?
I told you every 20 years. So not again till 2041 on YouTube Platinum. Brooks, what do you think about the style structure of the film?
YouTube Platinum.
I like it because it is like a slice of the late 90s, early 2000s. Like there's so many pop culture references that date this movie.
Yeah.
But like having been in my early 20s around that time, like it's like it gives me that positive kind of nostalgia kick, I guess. And I especially love the Carson Daly scene where they show up at the fake TRL set, and Carson Daly or Harry Spears comes out and he's like, "I'm Carson Daly," and then the real Carson Daly comes out and like, "We're taking your total request to kill you."
And by the way, if you're gonna send Hitman, why are you gonna send Carson Daly and Harry Spears to kill someone?
And he was doing the Eddie Murphy bit.
God, he's terrible. He was terrible.
He did the Bill Cosby impression too, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
he did.
Joe and the
he was known for that on Mad TV.
Yeah,
like that was
I remember that
impression. And I was
it's
like,
so random.
Yeah,
I love it because it's the randomness, of Carson Daly showing up. Now it does date the film, but many films that are made that deal with pop culture, they feel dated as hell. Like Taxi Driver feels dated. Bro, just because of the cars they're driving and the look of the film.
This is just cheesy dated. It's different.
And that's why, here's the thing. Do you like Clueless? I mean, that movie's dated. Okay. It's a satirical, female-centric film that doesn't seem to get panned as much as this. And that video essay I was talking about, I think it's called Josie and the Pussycats, a Misunderstood Satire or something. You guys should check it out. It's like 30 minutes long. But he points out the idea that Zoolander came out this year. And Zoolander is known to be look at Jelani. Is he faking?
I don't think
With
so.
him, probably not.
There's no way he could be that still for that long. There's no way.
What a great still.
Aliens. Aliens. It reminds me of that aliens meme.
But what was I even saying? I just looked down and Jelani's like, what's going on?
Home Alone.
Anyway, Zoolander is a dumb movie too, but people seem to look back on that fondly. But Josie has found its audience over time for sure. Yeah.
I need a Josie poster now.
Oh, dude, that would be great. Mike, what do you think about the style and structure of the film?
Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once here, man. Like, my
Load up Windows 98.
pretty. I think I'm loading up Windows 7. This is just frustrating me right now. Like, it was everything was ready. Like, I've been sitting here like ready to go and like, all right, cool, this is fine, and then it just shits the bed. Like, of all the dumb luck. So,
Hey, you happy, man?
one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when they're getting all ready, and the big famous hairstylist comes in and just takes Josie's hair and just does the thing to the side, and everybody starts clapping like, "Oh my god, it's so perfect!" It's like everybody did this work, and then like the big famous person came in, and then just made the final like, ta-ta, and then it's just like, "Oh, my hair was done by this person." And me and Robbie kind of ranted about that in the photography world. So it's actually, I mean, it's a perfect example of how it hasn't really changed. The cinematography and all this was great to me. I love the way they shot it. The fisheye in certain parts that they used.
I did.
It was great. I like the whole. It was a music video, but it wasn't. It was a music video, then it was a commercial, then it was a movie, and each had a certain part of the way the characters acted or what the characters were doing. Like, it seemed like every time there was like super excitement and just loudness and just everybody freaking out and having a good time, it was always a fisheye, if I'm not mistaken. And then it was just kind of like when it got down to like the seriousness between the band, like it was kind of just straight up. That's when it was the movie, and then when they were doing everything else, it was just like a quick commercial. So I just thought the way they used everything, and I thought that was brilliant. And it's one of those things like you wish other people were. It's too clever for its own good. Like, it gets lost on a lot of people because they just don't. They'd probably be like, I don't get what they're doing. Like, why does it look like this? Like, that's like, I don't like this fisheye look. Like, it looks weird. And it's like, well, that looks like like you love that Backstreet Boys video, and it's got the same thing. And I guess we were spoiled on it because we had all those cool Beastie Boys videos.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yes, all of that.
I love it.
Why did you just Fred Durst? You just Fred Durst all over the screen.
Why you want to hate me? Because hey, it's all the world has even seen lately. I'm the best in Mission Impossible too. Yeah.
He's got a Fred Durst bit in his back pocket at all moments.
Of course he does.
Speaking of the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack, which Fred Durst had, a great song on with Limp Bizkit, the Metallica was on there too. What about the scene where they're like, "No, we survived. Unfortunately, we managed to land the plane in the middle of a Metallica concert." And they all kicked our ass. Yeah. And I thank God every day that I knew the lyrics to Enter Sandman.
Yeah, that was great.
It's so freaking funny. Let's talk about the music in this film. The score is the soundtrack and what they did. And one of the reasons this movie would not be what it is to me without this music. So Deborah Kaplan and Harry Alphant wrote a lot of these songs, including lyrics to Backdoor Lover and Du Jour Around the World and Three Small Words and other things like that. Adam Derwitz from Counting Crows wrote a lot of these songs, right?
Really?
Yes, he wrote Three Small Words. He wrote Spin Around. He was involved in You Don't See Me.
Nice.
And then, you have Dave Gibbs, who worked on bands like Born and Gigolo Aunts. Never mind. Born, I misread that. Boston-based power pop band Gigolo Aunts. I believe Dave is the one that got Kay Hanley involved to be the voice. And she had worked on films before because obviously Letters to Cleo, one of the greatest 90s alt bands of all time. They're in 10 Things I Hate About You. And they're also in the end of they're at the end of Parks and Recs too, if you don't know that. And also, Pretend to Be Nice was done by Adam Schlesinger, who is one of the founding members of Fountains of Wayne. So they really got some people who knew how to make pop music in the 90s to do this. Oh, and by the way, most of the production was done by that guy from Fountains of Wayne. And of course, Babyface. That's right. Babyface produced like half the soundtrack.
He was a Captain Tennille.
So random.
The chief.
Yes, chief. Behind the music of the Captain Tennille and the Chief. This is so funny. Like, they always told me. It's so funny. When you first watch that, you're like, is that Babyface?
Babyface.
So I love the music. I think it's just amazing. I'm a big Letters to Cleo fan, and it was like getting a new Letters to Cleo album almost. That was a bit poppy. Kay tells us in interviews that she loves this music because it always invigorates her with energy. Everything that they put into this, it's so freaking good, and it's tight, and it's nice. And so I absolutely love it. A few years ago, Mondo released a vinyl of it, including a little 45 of De Jour. And so you have back on the other side, you have, right? How cool is that? And they did a concert performance, and it was her and the guitar player from Letters to Cleo, and then members of the original band that actually played live in the studio. So that was super, super cool. And I'll ask you right now, what do you think about the music, and what's your favorite song from the whole thing? My whole favorite song, by the way, is Spin Around. I mean, that's hard to top that one for me. Jay Strick, what do you think about the music? What's your favorite song? And you out there in the chat, what's your favorite song?
Bro, you know I love this music. I have not stopped playing it lately. It's impressive to have the score also be the soundtrack and it actually flow well in the movie. That's like really impressive, honestly. Like hats off to them. The music is just straight fire throughout the whole movie. And my favorite song, God, I love all of them. I don't know. I'm looking on right now. I mean, Three Small Words is a banger. It's so good. That's the opening scene too, right? They're singing that and they're at the bowling alley.
Yes, I love that bit. Like, thanks for coming. And then because of shoe rental, they only made $5.
Hey, that's ramen noodles.
Yeah, right. That's nice. That's nice. What about you, Jelani? What do you think about the music? You mentioned it was one of the things you did like about the film, and what maybe you got a favorite track?
No, well, the one that Jay Strick just said. I love that song. It's so catchy. It's the beginning of the movie. It sets the tone for what you're going to expect for the movie. I love, of course, Backdoor Lover. Backdoor Lover is freaking it's insane.
Backdoor Lover.
Hey.
It takes you like
You stole my face.
all immediately into this movie. It pulls you. It tells you what movie it's gonna be with that song, but then it introduced the song, the Three Small Words. That song introduces the Pussycats. So I love how the music does tell the story, and even the concert song at the end. I guess the one you write, like Robbie. Yeah, the one at the end, the Spin Around is fantastic too. I mean, there's great music in this movie. I saw myself humming it. I remember it. So like I'm singing along with it, and I love music and film. I mean, but not musicals. But this really, if it had a cohesive story for me with this music, I feel a lot better about it. But the music's great. I love this music.
Hell yeah. What about you, Brooks? What do you think about the music, and any songs stand out in particular to you?
I hate to kind of be the wet blanket, but I didn't really like the music in this movie that much.
What?
I don't like pop punk a whole lot because I was a new metal guy back in the day.
That makes sense.
And like, looking back, a lot of new metal was bad too, but like pop punk is just a sound I found kind of like irritating. But I think it was like the right decision for the kind to make the band in this movie, you know, the pop punk, because that was kind of like the music that was on the rise, and you know, it's kind of the only pop music where you would have like instruments, like a band playing instruments, like especially like a 3-piece band, like Pussycats. They'd probably be a punk band,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like maybe a little pop punk, but you know, a punkish band, and you know, they even kind of have the look.
Yeah.
Josie
Yeah.
more so than the rest, but yeah, I mean, my favorite song is probably the one from Du Jour, actually, because it's so funny, you know, when you like you just listen to the lyrics, and it does have that like takes you back to the days of boy bands. And I've kind of over the years, I've softened up on a lot of boy bands. Sometimes I like hear an NSYNC song on the radio that I was like back there, like turn that shit off. Let's listen to some Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Right
Now
now,
I'm like,
I want it.
I'm about to
yeah. And then if Limp Bizkit comes on, you're like, turn that shit off. I love it. The Backdoor Lover is a great song because the lyrics. Du Jour Around the World doesn't have as many funny lyrics, but I still like that too.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And I actually love it. They got two, I can't remember their names, but they're two dudes. They're two dudes who are doing those singing, that singing. And I don't know if they're from some kind of boy band or something, but they break it down. Like that part was like, open your back door tonight. Like, it's really good. Mike, what do you think about the music? You got a favorite song?
I like the covers that they did. They kind of made them their own. They were those the old 50s, 60s songs that they, or in kind of even the 70s. They brought them back and made them more popular and hit for the sound of today, and gave them that pop punk sound.
Yeah,
and
like Money, or you know, the best things in life are free.
And then Real Wild Child and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the same way that Brooks was. Like, I wasn't a big fan of pop punk back in the day, but then like hearing that, it would have been fine to me. It was just something like it was. I guess it wasn't as whiny. It was poppy enough to be fun, and as much as my music range is like far to here to there, so it's pretty wide. So I'm not really gonna diss it all that, but yeah, I just like the covers. I wanted to make sure we highlighted because I mean, and also the Adam Duritz stuff. You can tell, like if you're a big Counting Crows fan, you can hear his. You definitely hear his influence in a lot of those songs. So if you're not familiar with him, I suggest you go check them out.
Just like Kirby, I went out and bought the soundtrack as soon as I could. Even though the movie was a flop, it only made like, what's that?
I know, because I remember every smoke session listening to it.
Yeah.
For a while.
Like you guys can smoke with me, but you got to listen to Josie and the Pussycats and the Blacklight.
Good times though.
Okay.
Like, sure.
Whatever.
I'll just wait until the Du Jour stuff at the end of the album. But yeah, I went out and bought the soundtrack. So even though the movie it tanked. Like this movie cost like around like 30-ish million to make, and it only made like half of that. But the album went gold in like a month and a half. And this music has always, now I do think that's because Kay Hanley Letters to Cleo had a huge following, and they weren't producing music at that time. So I think that has that's one of the reasons why I like freaking loved it, and I was a Counting Crows fan, and I wasn't so much into Fountains of Wayne or whatever, but like I've heard their stuff and it's pretty decent, but I love the music in here. I don't collect vinyl or anything like that, but it's probably expensive at this point because it came out 4 years ago, but I bet that vinyl is pretty cool. I really do need a Shout Factory Blu-ray release because this film hasn't been released on Blu-ray. So I need a Shout Factory release that comes with the CD soundtrack. That would be great. And another bonus feature, I know you guys streamed it in HD on HBO Max. I watched my old school DVD because it actually has 2 music videos for Du Jour. It's Backdoor Lover and Du Jour Around the World. And it's just them.
Oh my God.
They're just in the airplane, but they actually filmed 2 of them, and it's also just one take, and it's so goofy, like it is ridiculous. So,
and they're not even singing the words. It's not even. There's such bad lip syncing, man. I'm like, you're not even trying.
When they're out there and they're like, they're like faking so hard to. Oh my goodness, I love it. What is the music trying? I mean, what is the movie trying to say? Lots of things we already talked about. It's the satirical element about product placement, about brainwashing done to the youth by corporations, done to the populace, not just the youth. We don't just need to pick on teenagers, because one of the points of the film, I think, is that it affects adults as well. This carries on to Fiona and White Ass Willie's life, right? They're ashamed of who they are. They've never really quite gotten beyond the hurt that was given to them. And so they're trying to overcompensate. So I think that this movie is about a lot of things. It's about culture, and it's about how music was changing. It's about how film was changing. It was about how society was changing. And I think this movie is very prophetic, because look at it compared to then. It may have seemed more out of place, but this movie seems like it would fit in 2020. Like, it's just, that's normal.
Sure,
That's what the world looks like. You go to a hotel and there's just like you get on a plane and there's dish soap just up there. Like, I love the random absurdity of it, but it doesn't feel out of place nowadays, where we're bombarded all the time with social media. Like, I think this movie was made before social media.
Yeah, it was.
And it was, that's really how they probably get us, not through subliminal messages and music anymore. I love the bit too when they're like, we found out that they work better in movies. And it goes, Josie and the Pussycats, the greatest movie ever. Join the army. I love it. I love it. What do you think this movie's trying to say, Jay Strick?
There's a bunch of different themes you could pick. How about I'll go with relationship with Alan M and Josie. Like, I feel like you could take away, like, we've all been in those places where we wanted to tell someone we liked and we just kind of maybe didn't do it, waited too long or whatever. Just tell the person how you feel. Shoot your shot, man. Like, don't wait till the last second. Like this guy. Literally on a stage, interrupting a concert. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Hey, Jay Strick, so you're trying to say that if someone had something they wanted to tell someone that maybe they knew for a long time, they should just say it? Because there's this dude I work with that just reeks, man. That was a funny bit in that movie, man. I loved it. And she's just like,
it was weird. Like, this dude is friends with this like super cute chick who also is like fixing his car.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not get on board with that, man?
Oh, dude, I'm 100% on board.
He just doesn't see it.
Y'all, you weren't there the day at the shop. I found out that Rachel Lee Cook was doing this like virtual signing thing, and like I almost pulled the trigger on that. It was wild. And I actually noticed today.
You still can.
Really?
Yes.
You should go for it.
Have to wait. Anyway,
shot, my friend.
But
go for it, man.
I also noticed that she's been doing like interviews with you. She did an interview with a YouTuber who's got less subs than we do,
bro.
Maybe, but I would be so freaking nervous.
I can only imagine.
I would be like trying so hard not to be like Chris Farley from that SNL skit and just being like, you remember, and she's all that when you walk down the stairs and you're beautiful.
You turn into Shy Ronnie.
I can just see this happening, and it's like Strickland will be like, "Hey, it's Jonathan Strickland here. We're doing this today. We got Robbie and Rachel Lee Cook. Robbie, like, what do you think of the movie?" Bleh.
I'm just like, I'm a big fan.
I liked your hair and Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, that was the best your hair's ever looked. No offense, but like it looked great. Her hair looks great now. I'm just saying. Anyway, I think I got a crush on Rachel Lee Cook. Obviously, what is this movie trying to say, Jelani?
The power of friendship.
For sure.
Because Josie
It does mean friendship.
Yes, it does. Yeah, they had a wonderful bond, and they were able to like make up quickly, going to du jour. They felt like they quibbled a little bit, but it was like stupid stuff that they could get over, and they got over it, and they were friends still, and it worked out. And then the same goes with Josie and the Pussycats. I mean, with Val and Melody, at first, they were just this little band trying to get together, doing shows at a bowling alley, trying to get their lives together, and then boom, they're superstars like overnight. And then, and Val always thinks that it was going to Josie's head, and it really wasn't. I think they were like genuine. That's the one thing I do like about this film. Like I said, I go back to the Pussycats. They were a great friendship unit. They were a good team. And you could tell because they were genuinely friends, even though Rachel Lee Cook like cussed them out because she was being brainwashed during that scene. She still like got her shit together and got them back together, and they were just like, "I love you," just that quick. You know what I'm saying? So that friendship is key, and if you, my biggest thing is a friend knows all about you and still likes you. That's the definition of a friend.
Station.
Station.
You're worth it, Jillian.
Oh, you're worth it, man. So it's just I see that in the film. I get it, and I want to make sure that I didn't hate the movie. It's just, dear God, why'd you make me watch it?
Because it's good.
A little known fact: me, Jelani, and Brooks, when we first met each other, actually went and got bus passes, and we actually photobombed each other's bus passes as well. So we actually had the first triple bus pass.
It was us.
Now, friendship's a big deal, man, and I that is very important. And one thing I did want to point out, because Rosario Dawson as Val is great. Now, I was not very familiar with her yet. This started like being enamored with her. Like, she is great, right? And there, if you notice in a bit, like they're always forgetting her, like leaving her behind in the car, forgetting to give her an invitation. And in the DVD commentary, I know. The directors, they say some people have read into this that we were doing that because she was black, and we're like, we didn't even think that, but we were doing it because she's the bass player. It was kind of their inside joke that nobody ever remembered.
That's always a stigma in the band, yeah.
Yeah, and another cool thing about casting was that for that character of Val, they talked to and they brought in Beyonce, Aaliyah, and Left Eye, and Left Eye almost got the role.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, she's crazy though. She was crazy. God rest herself. But
they said Beyonce was too shy in her audition. That's really odd considering what she's been up to in the last 20 years. Brooks, what's this movie about? What's it trying to say?
Well, I mean, the obvious message is like kind of the manipulative effects of consumerism and capitalism on pop culture. How like corporations like manipulate us into liking things by using other things that we like to kind of like, well, not so much brainwash us, but like, manipulate us in a way, like emotionally manipulate people. Like, it does it in a very like funny way. It's like, look at this, these guys are like putting subliminal messages in this music that just make people like instantly change their minds. But it's really not, it's not that far-fetched, because like they may not be like putting messages in music and doing all this other crazy like stuff. It's not like a mind control machine or anything like that. But like, they you can't deny that, big corporations have been kind of like endearing themselves to us through, our pop culture.
Yeah, back then it was things like TRL and the radio. They determined what we listened to. They got rid of all those alt stations. Remember, like we used to have some decent alt stations growing up in the 90s, and they started dwindling away, disappearing. Everything's playing the same 40 songs. It just depends on whether you like pop, contemporary, rock, or even Christian music, or hip hop or R&B. Like, it all starts becoming the same. And it sees that, and they were manipulating the market by controlling the access, right? And now look at what's going on with like the algorithms on things like Facebook.
And there's like brand loyalty. Like, people are loyal to brands now.
Yeah.
Like, every time a new generation of consoles come in, like, oh, are you Microsoft or are you Sony? Or like all this like stuff. Like, why do you care so much about this stuff? Like,
are you Samsung or Apple, Brooks? Which one are you?
I'm Team Game Boy.
I don't care if it plays like the games I want.
He's a Nintendo guy.
He's a Nintendo guy.
Yeah.
Guy. If you could only pick one, it'd be Nintendo. We all have our own little thing about brand loyalty. If you don't want to be controlled by the corporate media out there, everybody, by the way, if you don't want to be controlled by brands and messaging and things targeted to like appeal to you, then join the PCP Army today, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Join the PCP Army. Mike, what do you think this movie's trying to say?
Be true to yourself. Stick to your roots. Like, if you never change, like, you can change, but like as long as you feel that gut feeling that's deep inside that drives you forward every day, like stay with, like be that, because don't let other people persuade you to think that you're something that you're not, because it can tear you down. Because that's the whole thing. It's kind of like it's that negativity that you always talk about, and it's just like you got to stay up and stay positive. So, and that's a lot of the times they don't. Val is down on herself.
Yeah,
and it's just like Josie gets down on herself. The what's his name? The
Alan
Alan.
gets down on himself when Josie doesn't show up, and it's just kind of like sometimes like you can't let that factor into your life, and you have to stay positive, and it's just like that's a hopeless situation where you don't need to have hope because you can't control what's going on. So just do your best, shoot your shot.
Nice.
Oh, that was good.
Don't be scared of failure. And I really like that one line they say at the end. It's like, hey, this is who we are. If you like it, cool. If you don't, cool.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly it. And that's the thing. Like, Jelani, you don't like this movie as much as we do. That's okay, because you made that decision for yourself. No one told you. Unless you just listen to everything Roger Ebert said. Kirby says the movie has poignant commentary on how corporate-owned outlets can prepackage and commodify anything, selling kids to other kids, to quote the punk band Jawbreaker. So there you go. Billy coming in saying it's trying to say that there is no spoon.
I would agree.
Spoons are the new forks. Anyway, overall, this movie brings me joy. And it always does every time I watch it. I find this movie to be truly jerkin'. So, out of 5 possible you digs, what do you give the film? You out there in the PCP Army, and you, Mr. J. Strick, de jour means seatbelts.
De jour means teamwork. I'm giving it a 4 or 5, man. I know that's a high rating, but I love this movie, and I will watch this throughout my lifetime multiple times. The music's fire. The whole movie's fire. De jour's fire. Let's go.
Hell yeah. 4.5 you digs. Very nice. Very high score. You just love this movie so much. I mean, when Strickland messaged me probably literally as soon as he finished watching it, because I've been talking about it for months. It was months ago where I was like, we're doing Josie and the Pussycats in January, and Bucker Bonzer. We're doing 2 of my favorites off the bat. And he immediately messaged me. He's like, bruh, this movie is amazing. And you guys have seen him in the chats all week long popping in being like, y'all got to watch Josie and the Pussycats. This is good. But we do always encourage you to watch the movie along with us throughout the week. And it's like a movie club. I have so much fun with this. So 4.5 from Jay Strick. What about you, Jelani?
I'm probably not going to watch it again unless you ask me to 20 years from now. The music is good. I like the music. I love the Pussycats. All the Pussycats, fantastic. Great work from those 3. So I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 2.5. Okay. It's not perfect for me. Like I said, if you ask me to watch it again 20 years from now, I might. We'll talk about it.
20 years from now, you'll be like, I remember 2001, Robbie. It was great.
Carson Daly.
I can't even think about Parrot Bay without shitting myself now.
But yeah, I mean, it is shot well. And I get what they're trying to do, but I just don't think they executed it well.
I love how, I guess it's apparently based on friendship, but this is the only time I've ever seen Jelani almost come across like he feels bad for telling me that he doesn't like a movie. Probably because he knows how much I love this fucking movie.
You love this movie, man. And I just, dear God.
What about you, Brooks? Out of 5 possible you digs, what do you give it?
I agree with you. I think this is like an overlooked classic. I'd give this one a 5, man. This movie made me laugh so hard. Like, I didn't even expect it. Like, this movie. And I'd forgotten how funny it was.
It is really funny.
I laughed there's so many parts where I just laughed so hard. There's that's a sign of a good comedy, Yeah, when you get that kind of laughter. So yeah, man, this is a perfect 5 for me.
Hell yeah, perfect score from Brooks. That's amazing. Look, you can see the look of regret on J Strick right now. Mike, what about you? What do you give it?
It's a solid 4.5, man.
It's a solid 4. It's good. It's good. There's a lot to it, but like it's not perfect. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but being a lot of fun doesn't make it a perfect film. So I'm a little more stingier at giving out 5s. So like I said, this movie's new to me. If I had the nostalgia to it from like 2001 when it came out, like I might feel differently. I might be like Jelani, or I might be like Robbie. I don't know, but I watched it in 2020 and 2021. So it's a 4.
Nice. 4 is a really good score. No lie. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. We've had the conversation that we kind of feel like our critical scale of ya digs kind of got skewed during Horror Fest because we did so many movies that we just personally love. So we're trying to be a little bit more serious about the way we're judging and critiquing these films. But I will be honest with you up front. I cannot honestly critique this film because it is so close to my heart. I love this so much that all I can really say is, this is the life. I'm traveling around the world with du jour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you digs. That's right. 1 for each member of du jour and the member that we never saw. That was me. No. Anyway, 5 you digs. Perfect score for me because this movie, literally, if it's on at any moment, at any time, I can watch it at the drop of a hat. Or maybe not a hat because we got cattails and ears for hats. But I love this film. I love the music. I give the soundtrack a 5 you dig. I give the movie a 5 you dig. I give every performance a 5 you digs. I love this movie. 5, perfect score. So 4.5, 2.5, 5, 4 for a PCP average of 4. Let's just say 4. 69, dudes. Anyway, let's see what they thought out there in the chat. Let's see. Stefan says 4.5 easy. Tomorrow Cinema says 3 you digs. And I didn't think that Manuel liked it too much because he immediately posted in the PCP Army. What the hell did I just watch? Kirby is 5 out of 5. Hell yeah. Billy is warning you, Strickland, that the Matrix has you. They have all of us. Or do they? Is the Matrix even real? Are we real? Fable says 3 you digs. Stefan's like, it's underrated. And Brooks is with the fire tonight. So that's what we thought about Josie and the Pussycats. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Don't worry, we're not done. But before we take a little break here, I do want to point out that tomorrow night, Dylan's Horror Show will be about 80s horror, not our favorite horror movies. I just didn't replace that because I kind of forgot to. But tomorrow night on Dylan's Comics, there's a link down below to sub up to Dylan. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers within this year. We know we can do it, PCP Army, but tomorrow we're going to be talking about our favorite 80s horror movies. We're going to be picking a favorite from each year through the decade. And join us next week for PCP Movie Night, Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, for our look at the 1986 animated film classic, Transformers. Definitely something to cleanse Jelani's palate from Josie and the Pussycats. Anyway, we will be right back for PCP Back Chat. You stay jerking.
Hey, everybody out there, I am going to buy Robbie a Richly Cook autograph. We're going to personalize it. So right now I have 2 Rockin' Robbie bills. You're worth it. Station, Richly Cook. If you can think of anything better than that, put it in the chat. And we got 150 letters, characters to use. So let's see what we can come up with. I think it'll be fun. So, but let's go. I'm buying him the thing. It's only like $60. So let's come up with what we need for the personal autograph. So if like you're worth it, station, Richly Cook, I think that's great. But let's see, what else can we come up with?
Oh, shut up! Like that's too awesome. Don't do that. That's ridiculous.
Grimlock Fable. I don't know when Grimlock has come out because it's kind of like it's starting to show up in Targets and Walmarts in some parts of the country.
Did you say
in other parts,
Grimlock?
Grimlock, the Transformer from the 1986 video log. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I'm about that life. Give me all them Dinobots.
But then,
they're not going to do any like. You don't think they're going to do any like Dinobots in that new Hasbro line, do you?
they're doing the 86 Grimlock. It's like
So it's like a repro, like
it's a leader class.
Yeah,
so
leader
it's
class, yeah.
so it's new.
have we seen it?
Oh, it's from
Yeah,
like
it's
the
out.
Siege and Kingdom and
Yeah,
Earthrise
it's from the
stuff.
Kingdom. Yeah, I know today's.
Oh,
I don't. What should? Which? It's from War of Cybertron.
Yeah, it's from the B. It's from the B. No. This is Studio Series. This is the 1986 Studio Series things that they're doing.
oh,
So let me pull it up.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's.
but it's
expensive.
Walmart exclusives.
No,
No, I see it
Oh,
here.
okay.
You can get GameStop's got $54.99. Oh, that's dope. So is this going to be like in scale with the ones I've been getting?
I don't know. This is Studio Series, so it may be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
But they're. I don't know. Like I don't know until I see it. But that's
You see this?
I'm trying to sell that stuff on eBay for $80. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome to PCP Back Chat. We just talked about Josie and the Pussycats, and now we are going to have a nice, fun little chat here about whatever you guys want to talk about, and we'll end it with some show and tell for the evening. Any of y'all watch WandaVision yet?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The first 2 episodes dropped today.
Oh.
Brooks didn't even know that. Brooks is like, what's a WandaVision?
Did you watch it, Robbie?
Yeah, I watched them.
What'd you think?
I liked it, but I
yeah.
don't see how many people will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is it too niche? What is it?
I don't see how the MCU fans will. I think that's why they gave us 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You know,
So you can
because
understand what's going on.
what it is, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but what it is, and you could kind of piece this together from the trailers, it's almost like a tribute to each decade of television. At least so far, it seems like it. It seems like it starts in the 50s, and then like the first episode is kind of like a 50s sitcom, and the second one's kind of like a 60s sitcom, right?
Yeah.
And so now I assume in issue 3 or episode 3 it'd be the 70s. We've already seen these bits in the trailers, right? But there's a mystery. I like it. It is such a weird, quirky thing, and for not having anything from the MCU for a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just drop this.
This is an odd reintroduction.
It is.
Say that. I don't know. I've seen people say it's amazing, which I don't think it's brilliant and amazing. At least not yet. We don't know how it's going to wind up, right? But I really like the structure and the style and what they're doing with it. I just am flabbergasted that people are seeming to respond to this, which just makes me think that Marvel, Josie was right. They have more success with subliminal messaging in movies.
Marvel can do no wrong.
No, I mean, I like it, though. I'm not saying it's bad. I enjoy it.
They can do wrong.
I don't see how many people will be like, if you're going in there expecting MCU, you're going to be way surprised.
Oh, yeah. It's not that.
But I will say this isn't a spoiler, but I think it has something to do with AIM.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just paying attention to certain things. It's AIM.
Well, they're bringing MODOK. They're bringing MODOK in as a figure for Marvel Legends, so they do good tie-ins.
He's got an animated movie or series coming out. Patton Oswalt.
Oh, wow. That's MODOK? Nice.
Yeah, and Patton's actually co-writing a book right now with Jason Blum, and it's really good. Like a MODOK series called Head Games. It's like 4 issues. It's so good.
Head Games.
Did you ever watch Happy?
I haven't watched Happy yet.
You should watch Happy, dude.
I want to.
It's actually really good.
That's the one with
I want to.
What's his name? Stabler from SVU. I can't remember his name.
Is it Chris Maloney?
Yeah,
Chris Maloney. Yeah, and he's the puppeteer, or he sees puppets or something.
He can see imaginary friends.
Imaginary friends. Okay.
Yeah.
And only his daughters. I think.
His daughter.
Yeah, it's his
not
daughter.
His daughter in the book.
It's his daughter's imaginary friend. Yeah.
Not in the book. It's not his daughter, is it? It's not his daughter. It's not his daughter in the book.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Bro, I don't think it's his daughter in the book. Is it his daughter in the show?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, you're ruining this for me.
I'm pretty sure it is in the
I
book,
haven't
too.
read it since it I haven't reread it since it first came out.
I read it not too long ago, and I seem to recall that being the case. I don't know,
remember.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was just like thinking that because I saw it in the show. So
Well, we're all fucking like, questioning ourselves now, right?
we just entered the Twilight Zone. Picture, if you will, 5 grown men and 5 tiny little screens.
It's not his daughter.
It isn't in
No.
the comic.
No.
Oh, fuck me.
Calm down.
Y'all, there's too much regression going on.
Somebody said this. I wish I can remember who it was. Somebody said Babyface was weird stretching and Josie and the Pussycats.
He was. I was like, why is Babyface here?
if somebody if some 20-something-year-old watched Josie and the Pussycats, they'd be like, what the fuck is behind the music? Like they wouldn't get it.
Exactly. That's why it dates itself. Somebody in the chat was like, why would you worry about it being dated? It is. It's totally dated. And it's dated to the point where you have to you would have had to live during that time to completely understand. Because I could watch a 70s movie and be like, oh, I get that. Oh, I get that. I get that reference. I understood that. But this, you gotta like dig deep. You gotta dig deep. I don't get it, because I was like, Carson Daly. No one under my age would know who Carson Daly is.
I don't know about that. I mean, didn't he have like a late night show for a while? Does he still have one?
No, not anymore. He's still got that radio show.
Does he? I don't know. I think I get what you're saying, but you get the same kind of thing watching some old school type stuff. That some things are dated. I don't think it's a problem. I like dating.
Some stuff you get, and this was just a lot for me. That's it. I'm out.
All right, bye.
Not for that.
Oh, I thought you were leaving before you showed us any of your laser force.
I've got more.
Whoa.
Actually, I don't have any more. That was that ever came out. Now there's a Grail one. Speaking of laser force, they do have a Grail one. I don't know if I mentioned it before, and it's like a boat. It's a space boat, and it has a trailer. And I've been looking for it forever, but it's only in a picture. And I was like, I've never seen it, in real life, but I am searching for that. That's got to be my Grail thing. That's it. I want to let you know that.
Does anybody else, besides from me and Jay Strick, watch WandaVision?
I'm watching it when we were done.
He's watching it right now.
I think Mike is.
Probably.
No, I'm working on Robbie's signature.
Mike, you ain't got to do that, brother.
That's sweet, man.
That's a weird stretch, man. You ain't got to do that, man.
What's he doing?
So right now I have 2 Rockin' Robbie Billups. Is this real? Prove it. You're worth it.
What is this? What is this for?
Rachel Lee Cook's autograph.
Bruh.
Yeah, get it.
You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that, brother.
What station?
That's so cute. That's cute.
Shut up, guys. You're embarrassing me, man. Herminio popped in.
Herminio
says, "What's up, everyone? Can't stay. Just wanted to say 5 you digs and station."
Oh,
me and Brooks gave it 5 you digs as well. J Strick 4.5, Jelani 2.5, Mike 4.
It's solid for 5. It's no Lost Boys.
J Strick all week long was like, I just don't know how I cannot give this movie a 5, and he talked himself into a 4.5 because he was trying to maintain his authenticity as a critic. Yeah. Because we have
you've lost all authenticity.
Anybody ever took my opinions as gospels? You're looking at the wrong guy, man. I'm not
Rick's like, it's okay. No, I it's because what's happened is we went from watching new movies and critiquing them to watching movies, and I get to pick them for the most part, right? And so I pick my favorite movies. And so that's what it is. That's what's happening. Yeah, for real. We did Horror Fest. I was like, there's no way I'm not giving Gremlins a 5. Now I don't think I gave Black Christmas a 5. I think I went 4.5 on that one.
You did, I think.
Yeah.
Did we all give Gremlins a 5? Yeah, I think we did.
I don't know if we all did.
Yeah,
that was
that was unanimous.
As we should.
Right?
Yeah. Gremlins. It's freaking Gremlins.
It's 5 just alone for Gizmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. 5 just alone for Stripe.
Exactly.
Shoot, yeah.
5 alone just for the streaker.
Kevin says he enjoyed New Mutants. He lost that cred.
No, New Mutants.
New Mutants was good.
It's good.
I don't know what it is with you guys and New Mutants, man.
It's good.
That's fine.
Brooks, have you watched New Mutants?
I was thinking about watching it again.
I need to watch it.
It's pretty good. It's better than Wonder Woman. It's way better than Wonder Woman.
Bro,
I think Wonder Woman's better.
I don't know, man. I think Wonder Woman grows on you.
Okay.
Alistair!
I love you, Alistair. Can I hug you? Hello, plot device. How
Do you wish it?
I renounce my wish.
So everybody renounced their wish. Everybody.
Everybody.
Did
Exactly. The movie is so bad. It's it's verged. It's now crossed the line from bad back to good again for me because it's so bad. It's fucking hilarious.
That's what it is for me right now too.
Really?
New Mutants to me is boring as fuck. But Wonder Woman is a terrible movie that's not boring to me because I just laugh at it. It's so ridiculously bad.
Those
Like,
kids
I'm
are
like,
dead.
how in the hell? No
Kids are
shit on that
dead.
road. Those kids.
Yes, those kids are dead, or their backs are shattered, or something. They should have been like, "Ah, why are they motionless? Oh, because you rolled on them on concrete. Oh, that movie. Oh, how does Steve? So it wasn't like, Steve possessed a guy, but you can make nuclear weapons out of thin air.
And build
Really?
a wall around Egypt.
And build a wall, but you can't put a guy back in his own body. Oh, I hate that movie.
But do you
Sorry.
wish it?
No,
Do
I don't
you wish it?
anything. No, I don't wish anything.
That guy's our Mandalorian, by the way.
I know. That's Pedro freaking Pascal.
Just leave the mask on, bro. Leave the mask on.
Dude.
Here's the thing: is he actually good as the Mandalorian, or do we just like that cold mechanical voice?
Mechanical him. Because in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I remember him in that. He was like a flamboyant character. He had some character.
Got.
Yeah, he got
He got quick.
He got real got.
Wasn't it the mountain that killed him?
The mountain squashed his face in.
Yeah.
He's good in Narcos, but Narcos is kind of boring because the protagonists are kind of boring. But Narcos is great. Like, the best character in that is what's his name?
You just said it was boring. Then you said it was
character.
great.
No. The main character is fantastic. I can't remember. Oh god dang it.
Was it Pablo Escobar?
Pablo Escobar. There you
Yeah.
go. The guy
like
that
the real
Pablo
dude.
Escobar. Yeah. The real guy, Pablo Escobar, the character guy that played him. Oh wow. But everything else was kind of boring in that. But he was the best part of that. And when Pablo dies in the thing, spoiler alert, because Pablo Escobar dies, it got more boring because I was like, oh, he's not in it. So Pedro Pascal's in that.
It's funny to me that the biggest movie conversation that we've gotten out of 2020, since it was such a shit year for film, obviously, because there wasn't any film because of the shutdowns and pandemic, but is the fact that we're arguing over what movie is worse, Wonder Woman or New Mutants. Like that's kind of been like our big thing. It's like
I can't argue that.
and has anybody yet, aside from me and Strickland, seen Tenet?
I saw Tenet. I like Tenet. Tenet was longer than it needed to be, but it's still good. It still kind of needed that part, and there are scenes in that movie that I didn't understand the painting part. Like, we had to get this lady because she has this drawing of this painting, and we need to have this in order to get close to this guy. And I didn't know why that was the point. I maybe need to watch it again to understand that. But I was like, why do we need her to get to this guy when we could just get to this guy? It was a lot of work for me. But that being said, the actual other world, the reverse time thing, oh, that shit's awesome. Oh yeah,
the inversion bit. Oh, yeah, I love it. No spoilers, and of course,
no spoilers.
Trust me, that doesn't spoil it because at the end of the film, you're not going to really understand a lot of.
You gotta watch it again.
You gotta watch it again.
You can literally study this film. They could teach classes on it. I think it's levels deep. I think it's a way deeper film and more emotionally resonating than I first thought it was. I have since watched it a second time and really, really have studied this film, y'all. Like, I've obsessed over this film for a couple weeks now. And I just think it's damn genius, to be honest with you. You know me in physics, man, and I'm always telling people that time, literally, the laws of physics don't give a shit about our perception of time as an arrow, as we only perceive time as an arrow because of entropy, right? And so they're using that. It's like you're not reversing. If you reverse the entropy, the flow of time would reverse, and it like literally just. The laws of physics allow that. The universe is the same forward, backwards, whatever, right? And so that's why this is brilliant to me. And everything is so purposeful because one of the big tenets of Tenet is that you can't change things. And that's a time travel shit I like, that you can't change things. Like, as much as I love Back to the Future, it's bullshit. You're just creating. What are you doing? Like, you can't change things.
Timelines.
Yeah, it's you can't change things. What happened, and I love that.
What about Time Heist?
Time heists are great. Mike, you're loud down there, man. What do you got, a fucking generator running in your room trying to save on power?
My mic was I thought my mic was muted, but yeah, we're talking about Tenet. I haven't seen it yet, so I didn't want anything spoiled, so my head got off. So that's all it was.
We're not spoiling it. There's not really anything too big that we could spoil in Tenet.
Well, y'all talking about it, and I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to it. So I want to go in clean.
Well, go ahead and watch it, man.
All right.
Batman.
Well,
Batman's in it.
They need to make sure I don't want to buy it. I want to rent it first because I don't like. I want to rent it. That's all.
Just go down to the Blockbuster. Go to Movie Gallery.
Yeah, no, I wish you could.
It's go to Hollywood Video. It's right down the street.
Shit, that's a Verizon now.
I know, right?
I think the last Blockbuster's in Alaska. So
I thought that last one closed down finally.
Why don't you go check at Kmart? Go check at Kmart. See if they got it.
Why don't you go check at Kmart?
We saw that Kmart ad.
Just go back there.
They still sell stuff online. You can still buy stuff from Kmart.
Kmart's still around?
I think
online?
so.
Oh, I thought they were done.
Nah, they're done, bro.
Think of Kmart again. Hold on.
You're thinking of J-Mart.
I was thinking of S-Mart, actually.
Kmart is fucking still around.
That's what I just said.
Oh,
Kmart's
God.
still around.
I'm going to send Robbie down to Kmart.
I just said that.
Nah, because unless I can go into a Kmart store and go get some nachos and a cheap hot dog and an icy, I don't care. Because that was my favorite part of Kmart, man.
Yeah, they were useless anywhere else. All their toys were in the back, and they were like the dustiest sections in Kmart. And the one that was
like, yeah, they weren't good.
Oh, they weren't good.
We need KB toys. That's what we need.
Yeah, we do. We need a KB and a Circus World.
Yeah.
Good times, man. Good times.
I didn't be happy for Toys R Us to come back.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it in Canada.
Still nostalgic. Yeah, they do.
Man, that just made me sad.
And they drop mad figures up there too.
Yeah, they got syrup. They got me.
Canada's getting all the good stuff now.
They got the vaccine already.
Yeah.
They got Montgomery Wards.
They got soda pops.
They got the Bombay Company.
We need to go to war with them, like in that movie Canadian. What was it? Was it Canadian Bacon?
Yeah.
Like John Candy.
Yeah. Last
War
time
Canada.
we went to war with Canada, they fucking burned down our capital. So I don't think we should do that.
They got mooses, man.
A lot
Was
of
that
people
war-
don't remember the War of 1812, but my
1812.
grandmammy used to talk to me about it because that was when she was a mayonnaise farmer.
Oh yeah, did she give you bangers and mash?
She thought mayonnaise.
I love bangers and mash, man. I like Jay Strick's always throwing that shit at me because I need to try not to curse too much. We lost some viewers the other night, Strickland.
Yeah, I know.
Or y'all
Pretty weird
just cussing at
stretching.
each other. Yeah, we can't see.
What is that?
It looks like
Oh,
Deadpool,
it's
X-Men.
Juggernaut. Really? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's
That's a
Kmart.
freaking Juggernaut wave, man.
That's
That's for
Is that
selling
the one-
Kmart.
that's the one
That's
that we
old.
opened up live on the channel, isn't it? No, we opened up the Warlock one.
Juggernaut?
Yeah, this was the set before.
Yeah, that was the Warlock. Yeah, we do Warlock. This
Yeah,
is
we-
the set before that one. Yeah.
You brought
The-
over your Warlock.
apparently the best set ever made. Yeah. It's the best set ever made because all those figures are a fortune now individually. That Rogue is like over $100.
Yeah, why do
it's
people,
straight-
why
it's
do
dropped.
people spec
It's
on
dropped.
comics?
It's
Why do people spec on comics when they obviously should just
did?
be trying to
Oh, yeah,
scout toys?
Yeah, toys are the move.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
find them,
Honestly,
that's a
Yeah,
whole
if you
that's
can
the whole
find
thing, though, right?
So like I
That's true if you can
heard
find
this I heard this story about Huntsville, and its Viper situation, and man, I would just say this: be nice to Target employees. That's all I can say. If you want a Target exclusive, be nice to the employees. So
Oh, I'm nice to them anyway. You just gotta,
right,
you
I
just
know,
gotta
but
be.
you have to be like super nice and not even like don't pester them and bug them. Just be like, hey, like is this out? I was looking for this. If it's not, cool. But I really appreciate you doing this for me. Like oversell it. Like you have to be super nice. So because it's pretty much a dude walked away with a shit ton of Vipers because of his niceness, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Is that what it was
Is that your cat?
in
Jay Strick?
Huntsville?
yeah, she wants to play.
Yeah. Not in Jones Valley or Madison, but that was the university one.
Of course.
So-
right here. Damn
Yeah.
it.
But it went to two people. So, but I know where all six went, and it's one of those like you got
the
one,
day they
I got
went
one. No, it was before they went out. The day before they went out.
I'm sure this is fantastic conversation
It's
with the
wonderful
PCP Army. So maybe the PCP Army wants to throw us out a question,
Yeah.
and we can answer it. Best tip I ever got was to get to know the name of the person selling you any collectible. Treat them nice, and you'll get good things even at your comic shop. Trust me. People are nice to me. I'm nice to them. Fable says, because of Robbie, I bought more toys in the past year than the last 2 decades. You're telling me, brother, I'm trying to sell comics. How am I buying all these damn toys? And Mike's like, you still haven't bought some of them. Anyway.
And there are too many still coming.
Well, this is the thing that's going on right now is that.
I need more Motu.
Yeah. That Grayskull, man. That Grayskull.
I like how your yeah was like in unison.
Just wait.
Yeah.
The one time Delaney's in sync.
Hey.
Hey. Is Brooks frozen? Anyway, what's up, everybody?
So,
My
Trade
mic.
Paper Dad says, found my Castle Grayskull in my parents' attic. Hell yeah.
oh, that's a hell of a fun.
That is a great find.
There's mine right there.
Mike, is 60 too much for the sound wave that Robbie has?
Is that the exclusive one?
It's a brand new from Walmart. Was 40. It's $40 plus tax. You're looking at 45. 60 is not too hard. I paid 50. I paid 50 for one. So
Well, does that include? Does the 60 include shipping?
What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
What if you get it with a bundle?
Yeah, Fable, bundle it up.
Yeah, bundle. Get a bundle.
See if the Walmart guy will bundle it up for you.
Yeah. Oh, you
Maybe get some Christmas tree paper.
get a better deal in bulk.
if it's 60 with priority shipping, then
Some
yeah,
deodorant.
But if it's just 60 straight up, like I would go to at least 50. But it also depends on how bad you want it.
Get you some sweetheart ropes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because
Oh yeah.
Woo. They got multiple
got some.
flavors now.
I've got the re-release of the Soundwave. If he wants Soundwave,
Prove it.
I don't think that's what he wants.
No,
I
he's
got-
talking about
Whoa.
what? It's
Can I-
Netflix. It's the Rob. Do you have it, Robbie, available, ready?
Oh no, I need to find that Netflix one.
Do I have
Yeah, that's what he's
ready
talking
available?
about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was saving it for show and tell.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah, don't prove it then.
don't prove it then.
It's
So-
this right here.
This is the one that Fable's
Dude.
talking about.
Spoilers.
Damn it! I've still been looking for that thing.
Yeah, it's like $100.
No, it's not.
It might be. I don't know.
Is it $60 plus shipping, or is it $60 plus shipping, or is it $60 free shipping? Because it's a $59.99.
All right, that's enough. It was a yes or no question, Mike.
I'm trying
I
to
do-
figure out if it's free shipping or not, fool.
I do want to make a mention of something real quick, y'all, if you don't mind. We got a merch site. You guys see this?
Yeah. I got that. I got that metal
So-
shirt.
Look, we got a brand new
Buy our
design up.
shirt.
Look, we got a brand new design. You see this? Look at this wonderful shirt that you can get.
It's like the thing up in the corner.
Yeah.
Station.
Get our merch.
It's pretty
Where's
dope, right?
Where's our station shirt?
Where's our
Yeah.
station shirt?
Station.
My
Won't you?
John is working on a station shirt. He's working on a Prove It shirt. He's working on a You're Worth It shirt. And he's
Oh my
working on
gosh.
he's working on station. But they're all coming. But we got this one up now. And you can get mugs, right? You can get a mask.
You get a mask?
You want to get a cool mask? Look at that.
Oh
Mike-
wow.
Yeah, Mike's got that one right there. You want a baseball shirt? Go for it, y'all. Look at that.
Y'all got jerseys?
No.
Coming soon. Coming
You
soon.
put
got
that down in
mugs.
the comments or something?
We've
My
got
bad,
mugs.
man. It's like the one thing you don't got. My bad.
Look at those
my bad.
mugs.
Adult size
look.
onesies.
They're on sale right now for 2 more days.
You got beanies? Beanie babies?
You got fezzes.
The new logo is on sale for 2 more days, and everything else is on sale for 3 hours and 22 more minutes. We got sweatshirts. No, we don't. We got hoodies.
We
Yes,
got
we got hoodies.
we got
Dude,
soda
look-
pops. Oh, that
Look how
one's
nice.
dope.
Yeah,
that
those are
one.
nice.
I like those.
I like
Might
that.
have to get that one.
Do we have pillows? No.
Bro,
We
y'all
got
got pogs? Y'all
Do
got
we got
pogs?
wall art? No wall art. Pogs? No, but maybe one day. Do we got pins? Hey, we got pins. Look at that, little buttons.
Those are buttons.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice buttons.
Mike got the button. Look,
I
he's
wouldn't
got-
recommend.
that.
I wouldn't recommend this one because it's cutting off the thing. Do we have magnets? We got a magnet. Oh, that's dope.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Bruh. Y'all got vinyl?
Get our merch.
Stickers.
That's what's up.
We got stickers. Look at those. Those are
You
some
got a
great
mo-
stickers.
Hey, I got one of those.
Yeah.
You got a communicator in there in the bag?
No. Let's see. Do we have a phone case? No. All right.
You got
But that was
a
that was fun. There's a link in the description below, everybody.
phone booth?
Yay.
And if you get some PCP merch, let us share. The PCP Army are on socials. Hashtag PCP Army.
I like that comment. You got bundles?
No, we're not the merchant, unfortunately.
You got deadlifting gloves?
Mike, show off your pin that you had custom made.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's actually really dope.
Wow, we're in merch land. This is
You
so
made it.
cool.
I got
We've actually
I got one.
had merch for a while. But
Yeah.
I've got one for for everybody that's on the live stream tonight.
Yay!
and we
should.
have some going out in the latest batch of mystery boxes.
Yep.
They got delayed because we were waiting on these pins. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
say
That means
they
the
got delayed,
mystery's
not because
ruined.
Robbie decided to go randomly live one night.
Who's Robbie?
Is he real?
Tell me something real.
So you guys were cursing on a live stream. How dare you?
We did lose a couple people. It's fine though. I think I was going on about Spider-Man and I was dropping a lot of F-bombs. Some people ain't cool with that.
He said F Spider-Man and stuff.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, PCP bongs? No, but
Something wrong with that.
we don't have PCP bongs, but you can get a PCP sticker and put it on any bong of choice.
And we do have PCP Wongs.
What's a Wong?
What's funny is I think J Strick actually acts more like an old man out of all of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's
Oh,
I turned my neck and almost gave out my hip yesterday.
Shut up. It wasn't my hip. It was like my back, but whatever.
My neck and my back.
What you been up to, Brooks? You been quiet?
Yeah, that's kind of my thing, dude.
Brooks is trying to get rid of you're trying to curb your toy addiction lately, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's much.
I'm trying to a little bit, because I kind of got toy burnout from this past year.
Yeah,
But,
this year.
you know,
How
I
did you
think
get
I got back
how
in.
did you get toy burnout?
Like just
Bro, he bought like a
I
lot of
bought a lot of
legends.
toys this
And,
year.
yeah.
A lot of He-Man.
Yeah,
but
man. You got the Ghostbusters. You got
I hate getting
the
the toy now.
Naruto figures.
All like
Sonic.
they kept doing X-Men Marvel Legends.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
they did.
Mario.
putting out these X-Men sets.
Age of Apocalypse.
He spent all
Yeah.
his money on those Jesus mangas.
Fucking black box Star Wars figures.
Hasbro, man. They got you.
Hasbro.
Yeah,
bro.
they got you. They got all of us, man.
Now do you see
Fucking
why
Nuke Man figures.
do you understand now why Josie the Pussycats is so important?
No.
Elon,
Like the whole movie's message was lost on me.
Was Hasbro in there?
They should be.
Yeah.
They fucking make Ouija boards now.
Hey, Target
Ooh,
Target
let's
was
get
in there, boys. You saw
Yeah,
that.
Target. And that was early. Like around here,
Yeah.
we didn't even have a Target yet.
nope.
Nope.
I don't think we
Every
did, right?
board goes to like
We did.
buy Hasbro products.
We didn't get a Target till like
Super Target.
2011.
They paid off the
Super
spirit.
Target?
2001. Super Target came in 2001.
Really?
The Super Target on University was 2001 because
2001.
You're
Yeah,
a
because
super
I did the street light. I did the street lights for it.
That's
Oh,
right. All right.
weird
But I worked for-
stretch,
I worked for a
dude.
utility company at the time. That was my biggest job.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I tried to get hired at Target like 3 times and they wouldn't hire me. I don't know. They're
The station was one of the
Tell
first
him J
ones.
Strick sent you. You'll get a job.
I worked at that movie stop next to that Target, and every time I would go there after work to like pick up something, I was wearing my red movie stop polo and
You're right.
khakis.
Oh, no.
And people thought I worked there, and they would ask me questions. I literally was helping this woman for like fucking 20 minutes one day trying to find some like pistachios or something. I don't know.
you're so
But
nice.
that's not even the uniform anymore. Now you can wear whatever you want.
It's like Walmart. They're like, whatever,
As long as it's
anything
red.
blue. As long as it's
Yeah.
blue or red, wherever, whatever.
You can wear your
People in there-
clothes. But you wear
People in there
red.
like, I'd be like du jour, dude. I'd have that flame, that blue flame if I worked at Walmart, you know? Oh, man. Lying on
Lying
your
on
back,
the
staring up
moon.
at the moon. You got me crazy, gotta love you soon. I'm your backdoor lover, coming from behind with my tempo. I'll show you a love that's more than hot.
Yeah, go look up his lyrics, y'all.
Jay Strick was funny because he did. I don't think you didn't realize at first the innuendo, and then I explained it. I was like, no, that's what they think the song's about, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
that product placement got me.
I wonder why Archie Comics had a problem. I wonder if I need to watch the edited family rated version. I wonder, like, did they just take Backdoor Lover out? Like,
Think Led Zeppelin.
The jour is worth it. Agreed.
Oh, they all right. God, they were lip syncing so bad. I was like, man, y'all did. This was your only day on the set, wasn't it?
yeah, they probably had like one day, 2
Yeah.
costume changes.
Breckenmeyer was
All
like
that
flubbing all of them lines, and they had the fisheye like right in his face, and I'm like, man, you can't even
That was
lip
cool,
sync
though.
this. No,
I thought-
he couldn't lip sync it. And I was like, but you're right in front of people.
He's probably having too much fun.
I tell
Yeah.
you what, man. If they ever it's the 20th anniversary, if they did anything special for the anniversary, I would really, really like them to finally record the song "Don't Tell Your Papa." Because ever since that was mentioned, I was like, there's a du jour song out there missing that we need. Somebody needs to make the song, even if it's just fanfic or whatever. We need "Don't Tell Your Papa." Because
It's
that's when
probably on YouTube
that's
already.
when he shaved it. That's when he shaved his goatee. Remember?
Yeah.
Yo, why these Coke cans got me with the goatee? I love it.
Dear God.
Diet Coke is the new Pepsi. What was it? The Pepsi.
Pepsi One. Pepsi One is the
Pepsi One.
new Diet Pepsi. Or
Uh,
the new
They don't
Diet
even make
Coke.
that anymore.
No, they don't.
No, they do not. Thank goodness.
Pepsi One is now Pepsi Max.
No, it's just Pepsi Zero Sugar, right?
Yeah. Zero sugar.
And same thing with
It's
Coke
Pepsi
Zero
One was
Sugar.
Zero sugar. Yeah.
Like what? No, we understood there was no sugar. Like
Thanks. No sugar.
I mean, technically that is a lie because it does have a form of sugar in there. It's just not pure cane sugar, but it is still a sugar element. Your body has a problem digesting it, but it is still sugar.
Well, there's less
That
calories in a Diet Coke, Diet Cola, but it doesn't. It still causes your body to spike its sugar levels and shit in the same way.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like saccharin will spike your levels a lot higher than regular sugar will. So that's why
That Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. I thought I was like, I'm okay to drink that. And my head
Like, if you
exploded.
drink if you're gonna drink diet soda, drink it while you eat. But if you're gonna drink a soda to drink a soda, it's better just to drink a full flavored one.
All right, one soda that
Yeah.
you loved that's no longer around. What would you like to come back? What about you, du jour?
What's the question?
A soda that's no longer made that you think should come back.
Ooh.
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Crystal Pepsi. I know it came back for a short time. Bring it back. Just let it be an annual
Oh,
thing.
man.
Let it be like the McRib. I love Crystal Pepsi. And yes, I was inspired by Sean's shout out there. I love it, and I it needs to come back because it was glorious last time it was here. What about you, Strickland?
Bruh. Dude, I don't. All the sodas I drink are like I can still get. I'm blanking,
What
brother.
about you, Jelani?
Yeah,
God damn,
like
choking ass Strick, man.
Yeah, he's good at that. I'd say I don't drink sodas anymore, but Mountain Dew's my favorite soda of all time. But I don't drink that anymore. So I would say Jolt Cola. Jolt Cola was like insane, and you drink it in the morning. Like when I was at Lee High School. Go Lee! Lee High! But when I went there, man, every
Class of
morning,
99, baby, 99.
me and my boy Lee Krause would like go to the store and get Jolt Colas, man. Drink those like by the ton, and we'd be up all day. It would just be a hype day because I was in the music program, or in choir, and we did a lot of musicals and stuff. So I had to be wired. You have to be wired to do dancing and singing, choreography, and all that stuff. So Jolt Cola was the jam, and then it like died. It died like, ooh. I think it came back for a little bit.
Hey, I think it came back for a little bit. I remember though it was hype for a moment, and they even had like a Mountain Dew version of Jolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jolt was. And we all thought we were so
Right.
cool in high school, man. We come into school and we'd have to drink our Jolts down real quick before we walked in because we couldn't have sodas in there.
Couldn't have sodas there, yeah.
Mhm.
But it was pretty cool, man. Good times.
Good times.
It wired me. It was like 50 times the caffeine you need. Like it's monster. It's basically a monster.
Yeah. Look
But
what
it
happened.
tasted like
There's no
Jolt.
need for Jolt now because
None.
Yeah.
We
But
got.
I think the caffeine in a typical Mountain Dew is comparable to something like a Red Bull or a Monster. Probably not too far off. Brooks, do you got a favorite soda that's gone that you wish, or a drink, or anything like that?
They still make the Dr. Pepper cream soda.
They do,
Mhm.
Yep.
but they don't make
No.
cherry vanilla
Don't be cherry vanilla
Dr. Pepper anymore.
It's true.
Yeah, that's one that I like the cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Pepper's kind of my go-to soda. So I like cream soda too. So and then I like the cherry vanilla flavoring and I think it works well in Coke and Dr. Pepper. But I think Dr. Pepper a little better.
Yeah, with a kiss of
I like
cherry.
Coke all right. Sometimes
Yeah.
Coke is kind of Coke's like a little too much for me. Like I like the flavor in Dr. Pepper. I think is a bit more subdued than Coca-Cola.
I would agree.
I like Coke over Dr. Pepper, but I like Dr. Pepper and appreciate it. And I think Dr. Pepper has the best Diet Cola version. I really do. I think Diet Dr. Pepper is dope, and Diet Dr. Pepper Cherry is. But that Coke Zero Cherry is pretty damn dope too.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
But nothing is better. I used to do this because I've told you guys before. Like my uncle, when I was growing up, ran the Moose Lodge in town. Right, he was the manager of the Moose Lodge. So I spent a lot of time at this bar, and there was like pool tables and all kinds of stuff. Right, and I used to drink orange juice on the rocks, and I used to also drink cola with cherries. Like they had maraschino cherries,
Yeah.
and they would like hook me up because I was the nephew of the boss. So they give me like 5 damn cherries and 2 spoonfuls of the syrup. And yo, man, I drink that shit and then go play I go play Donkey Kong.
Fucking hot rolling.
Yeah, I know, man. I thought I was so cool. I thought I was drinking what they were drinking at the bar. I was dumb. I'm like 8, 9 years old.
You probably got your ass beaten Street Fighter.
Bruh, they didn't have Street Fighter. We had Donkey Kong and we had Mrs. Pac-Man and we had 2
Star
giant
Wars?
pool tables and dartboards. And then they got an electric dartboard and they suck because electric dartboards will reject the darts, man. They suck. They suck. They suck. They suck.
I agree.
Do they suck?
Speaking of Dr. Pepper, they had a drink called Fusion 23, I think is what it was called, that I really, really, or Dr. Pepper Fusion is what it was called.
Fusion.
And they don't make it at all. I loved it for some reason. Mike, you got one?
Well, I'm surprised Strickland came up blank because the tropical remix is a lot different than the tropical they have now. Sprite.
Oh,
Sprite.
Remember?
remix.
Bruh, I
know
was
remix.
playing with my cat.
Dude.
I wasn't half paying attention. My bad, y'all.
You're no longer a soda lord.
No!
Yeah, you lost your
No!
card.
I renounce your wish.
Really? Did you renounce your wish?
Alistair! Oh,
Yo,
shit.
yeah.
I love you, Alistair.
That dude found
my
that
favorite
kid in
child.
like 2 minutes. How?
He was in the bushes. He was in the
He made
bushes.
it was a
What
wish.
in the what
It
in,
was a wish.
in
Somebody
the
wished
movie?
for it to happen.
Who was
I'm
watching
gonna
it?
go with
I
New
wish
Coke.
Alistair-
New Coke is great, dude. When they brought it back for that Stranger Things promotion.
Yeah,
That shit was good.
That was
It was
good.
all right. It was
But,
sugary.
Do they still do Orange Crush?
Yeah.
No, but
Orange
yes,
Crush?
they don't do Slice. They do Orange Crush, but they
Yeah,
don't
they
do
don't do
Orange
Slice.
Slice.
I know a
Slice
band that,
is good.
that
I miss
covers
Slice.
Orange Crush.
They used to do Orange Crush.
Yeah, 'cause I made a
Peach.
Facebook post on that Orange
So
Crush.
that would be my. They need to bring back Orange Crush Peach. It was very good.
It's called Peach Crush, brother.
Peach
Yeah.
Crush.
Peach Crush.
Bunch of Peach Crushies nuts.
Oh,
Mm.
fighting words. Fighting words. Get him, Robbie.
Oh.
Get it.
Weird stretch.
What about Coke with lime or Coke with lemon? Or Pepsi with lime?
I actually liked
I didn't-
Diet Coke with
didn't
lime.
like those.
I like Diet Coke with lime. I thought that was okay.
I don't know the lime stuff in the all the other
That's a
flavoring.
trend that went away.
It's
And this is
okay.
another thing. We were talking about Josie and the trends. They're food
Yeah.
trends, right? Like I looked into this real deep one time, and
Oh my
like right now, like think about this, right? I watched this episode of Unwrapped on YouTube the other night. Okay. So check this out. So
Jesus.
right, think about the history of burgers over the last like couple decades. Do you
Okay.
remember a time where every burger and chicken sandwich had honey mustard? Like
Yep.
that was the thing. It was like the
Yeah.
honey mustard this or whatever. That
Yeah.
shit's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Then
started
it-
to become
then it-
that.
It won't
then it
have
went-
honey mustard,
then
but
it-
not like on sandwiches like
Yeah,
that.
but then it went to barbecue and everything, and this is still kind of prevalent, but it's all like barbecue. And there was a steak sauce phase, if you remember. And Burger King had those steak burgers, and everybody was doing like steakhouse burgers and steak sauces. Then
Yeah.
they went back to barbecue and like onion rings on. And now the biggest thing is everybody's got a fucking spicy chicken sandwich, you
Yep.
know?
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Wendy's invented the fucking spicy chicken sandwich in fast food, as far as I'm concerned.
That's so steak sauce.
Which
Yeah,
one did I
It's
have?
just interesting, isn't it? I just
Right.
and the same thing with cola. Remember, lemon and lime, that was a trend, right?
Mhm.
And then berry was a trend. And now they've gotten into these weird things with like cinnamon Coke and caramel, like salted caramel Pepsi, which I loved. I thought it was actually really good. They got a new watermelon Deuce. Maybe Deuce always been on candy flavors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just so weird to see the trends, I think. And they're like I was thinking about that the other day because I was eating some nuggets with some honey mustard. And I was like, honey mustard used to be on
Weird
fucking
stretch.
It
everything.
used to be huge for everything. Yeah, that's right.
You're right there.
Oh.
Clearly Canadian. By the way, shouts out for Clearly Canadian,
Yeah.
Ecto Cooler, and Orbits.
Oh, Ecto Cooler. Oh, that was my jam. I really wish they still made that. They made it back again for the 2016 Ghostbusters
Yeah,
for like an hour and a half, and I bought all of those. I was like, oh yeah.
Maybe they'll
Ross
bring
is
it back
all
for the
right.
new one.
maybe,
I mean,
probably.
next time I go to Nashville, Robbie, I forgot about this because apparently you can find it. Hillary Canadian still around in Nashville,
Wow.
and around the Nashville area. So next
They
time I go to
brought it-
Nashville,
I saw them around here a little bit ago. I remember, like,
if
maybe
it
like
is
a year or two.
definitely a crow, if it's definitely it's a
Ecto
Kroger.
Cooler?
Yeah. Clearly
I'm talking
Canadian.
about
No, I'm talking about
Clearly
Clearly
about,
Canadian.
Clear Canadian was it's basically flavored water.
Yeah.
It's really good flavored water, and it came in nice fancy glass bottles.
Yeah, I prefer the Argento cut of water. So,
Yeah, that was Clearly Canadian, brother.
Water with the Goblin soundtrack is just so much better.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
with the
that
Goblin
is-
soundtrack is Orbits. You remember that? It had those like gelatinous balls in it. I
I
loved
forgot about
Orbits.
those. I forgot about those.
You
Yeah.
I
remember
like
that now,
my
Rob?
water room temperature.
That's how it's drinking most of the right way around the world. Is most drinks are done at room temperature. Only us in America really are fascinated with
ice.
cold shit.
I like
Like
cold
I
shit.
was,
I
was
want
it you,
cold
Mike?
shit.
I was talking to about this. How this weird that we
Yeah.
have this obsession in America about. We
Ice.
literally have stores. I don't know about where y'all are. Orbits were amazing. We literally have
Yeah.
stores that like have signs that claim to be the coldest beer in the city.
Yep.
You know it.
And I'm like, yeah, but it's still shit beer.
It goes
Yeah.
down smoother.
But it just shouldn't have to go down smooth.
You
Not
ever
if it,
tasted warm beer? Bro.
yes,
It's
like,
like
Pretty
piss.
gross.
whatever.
It's hot gross.
You drink shit beer.
I drink the same beer as you, Monkey Knot.
You
Yeah,
drink
you
Monkey
drink
Knot
Monkey
room
there, bro.
temperature?
If you
Monkey
drink
Nut
monkey nut
tastes
room
better.
temperature, it's really
You had a
good.
warm monkey nut?
Monkey nut tastes better when it's like it's not meant to
All
be
the-
cold.
All the flavors come out when it gets warm.
First of all,
Like you can taste so
how
much
dare
more.
you?
You're the rookie on beer.
One thing that was super jerking in Josie I forgot to mention was the Zima reference. That is dated.
I wanna
That
get
is great. Dude, you don't drink. I think I
I
should.
think it's good. Yeah. I want to meet.
That
I want
came
to
back for a little bit.
You're a vegetarian.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got Mikey
Mikey.
super chat. Thank you, station.
Wow.
My late
Station.
father used to bring me home some Ecto Cooler and one of those green TMNT cream pies that nobody remembers. I remember them. They were the Hostess pies. with
green-
green- yes.
Green Philly.
So much sugar. Yes, those were so amazing. This is for your late father. This is for Ecto Cooler and those green TMNT cream pies that at least me and Jelani remember.
Yeah.
J Strick, you're not allowed. I'm feeling loosey goosey, let me tell you how we're doing it. I Love Lucy was a TV show decades ago. So this man came up to me the other day. He said, I got to tell you something about your boy Brooks. I said, what's that? And he said, let me tell you about your boy. You know is what? His name is Brooksy. He likes to read comic books and he likes to buy some toys, but he's trying to cool it down. He thinks Hasbro has been reaching too far into his pockets today. He wants to reach for the stars, but he can't do it if he's gotta be bothered by the next X-Men Legend set. That was from my boy Brooks as well.
Yay. Brooks.
Station.
Worth it, bro.
Too much, Mikey. What?
You're worth it.
You're worth it, man.
Reach for the stars.
Yep.
What if can I get some warm beer for you in a bundle?
Mike is muted.
Crickets.
Mike, what was your bit in the beginning? By the way, were you
Yeah,
drinking
what was your
champagne?
bit?
Were you drinking champagne?
Yeah.
Nice.
Champagne. Fine
That
champagne.
you bought 16 days ago?
Still good.
Happy New Year.
So,
I drank so much champagne that weekend, y'all.
yeah, you did. It's still on sale if you want it. You can go get it.
You're worth it.
I like champagne too much.
These little bottles, man, are perfect. They're so much easier to store. than
That's a flute. That's
You're
basically a flute.
I don't have any like flutes or
Super.
nothing. Like, I drink wine in a fucking a glass made for beer.
Because you're fancy.
I don't have any glasses like
You gotta
that.
get one of them ones that you hold like this and you can swirl the wine around them.
Yeah.
What's the theme?
I didn't notice the music in Josie and the Pussycats.
Can you imagine if one of us said that?
I would have just ended the fucking stream right there.
Bruh, the whole movie is
Just
basically a
Just cut
musical.
It is musical, pretty much. James says, "How many of y'all dip your Wendy's fries in their Frosty?" I've tried that before. I just don't get Frosties usually when I get Wendy's now.
Occasionally.
But it tastes good. It actually works.
Wendy's is kind of like if the fries aren't as
Did
deep
you
as
see
freezing
Jelani?
them.
Did you see?
Really good.
Dude, you've been freezing on the best faces tonight, Jelani. Now he's
I
faking.
love it.
But it was great.
Freaking
Tomorrow
dip.
night,
I mean, I
Dylan's-
don't know what's going on.
tomorrow night, join us for Dylan's horror show, everybody.
Chilling with Dylan.
Chip with Dylan.
We
We're talking about our favorite
Chilling.
80s horror movies. And next week on PCP Movie Night, Transformers.
Thank goodness.
Jay Strick's not going to be there for that one. He doesn't want to watch that one.
You suck, man.
Bruh,
Everybody
I made
deserves
room. I
time off.
made room for Drew to come on.
Yeah.
You'll
I
do
don't know.
Josie.
If he actually showed this,
I'm not
I
the
got- I
biggest
got a message-
Transformers fan.
I got to message him about it
Ooh.
because it was months ago when he was like, "Yeah, I want to do that one."
Well, if
So.
he doesn't want to do it, I'll do it.
You do Josie and the Pussycats, and you'll do Transformers the freaking movie.
Bro,
I'm not that excited about it.
I
to be
bet
honest.
Josie and the Pussycats is 100 times better than Transformers the movie.
I don't know. Transformers has a comparable soundtrack though. Its soundtrack's
You
just
got the touch.
Yeah,
Transformers!
I didn't know that song was from there.
It is.
I like Dare.
Yeah. I like them all.
I like the Weird Al song. That's another good one.
I
Dare
like,
by
I
Switchfoot.
like that whole.
That was Dead Air presented by Pop Culture Philosophers. We now pause for a break for station identification.
Station.
Station.
I said we pause, jackasses. See, J Strick got it.
Don't think he gets.
I can always get Dylan because the trick to always getting someone on a stream as if you're frozen, it's not just be like this, but to be like like you're in the middle of saying something or reacting. It's really fun. Yeah, like J Strick right there. It's great. Like, my favorite one though is this. You're still worth it.
Thank you.
Drinking box wine out of a Green Lantern coffee mug is 2021 vibes.
What's the theme of that, Mikey?
It's a weird stretch, Mikey. You should double feature Transformers the movie with Transmorphers. This is a made for DVD movie.
Yeah,
I think it's like a knockoff Transformers. Like,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be the live action movie. I heard that was terrible.
Oh man.
Think we can bundle those up together?
You think so?
But do you wish it?
like Transmorphers is just like a one sentence review from everybody. It sucked.
That's our new bit is acting frozen. One day we're gonna have half the stream is just gonna be us doing that fucking
Just
bit.
doing the whole
We're gonna
thing.
lose all of our fucking fans.
2 hours.
Everybody in the
Just let
family
it
that
go.
joins in.
But they're still going. I don't understand.
Alistair.
Alistair.
Alistair!
Oh my
That's
god.
what
How
we're
many people at work, by the way, do you think just are like, why do they always scream Alistair?
Alistair,
this job.
Alistair and Station. What does this
I walk
mean?
in, they go, station, and I'm like, what?
That kid.
I started doing the customers.
By the
Yeah.
way, Alistair's a kid. Guess what I don't like? Here we go.
Kids?
He doesn't like kids in movies.
I don't like kids in movies.
Oh, yeah.
But aren't the New Mutants just a bunch of kids?
No, they're teenagers. It's
They're
different.
preteens.
Yeah.
Teenagers scare the living shit out of me.
Do they? Awesome.
We need 5 teenagers with attitude.
Dude, I love it because that's going to be in the end of Cobra Kai. No matter how long it goes, the ending is
They turn into
Miguel,
Power Rangers.
Miguel and fucking Robbie and Stephanie and Tori and Hawk. They're the 5, and it's like it leads to a reboot of Power Rangers, and then Tommy comes back and he's like the Johnny Lawrence type figure. Then he winds up a green head in a tube.
What
Isn't
if
that
Tommy
wild?
came back as Zordon?
Yeah, man. Just
that's my
speak it into
5
existence.
That's my 5-year plan for Cobra Kai.
Write it up.
That makes sense considering the evil Tommy is going to be probably going to be in the next season.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Is,
Evil Tommy will be there.
is Hillary Swank going to be Rita?
I'll get you.
They mentioned her in Cobra Kai, didn't they?
Did they mention her?
I think they mentioned her in Cobra Kai when Daniel went to Okinawa. I think he mentioned her when Mr. Miyagi was the girl from.
Yeah, he said something about it. He trained
She read the
someone else.
letter.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you're right.
He read the letter and mentioned her, and I was like, "Oh God, is she gonna be in the next one?" I don't
I'd
even
be
remember
cool with
that
that
movie.
because of the way that they're doing it. I didn't like that movie, but
You know what's funny?
I didn't really like 3, but I'm cool with them going back to 3.
You know what's funny? The same shit I give Fast and Furious for doing, Cobra Kai's doing the same thing. But I love Cobra Kai so much more.
Dude, I literally was looking at Firebirds this week.
I know. This dude just got a new car and he's like looking up a Firebird. I'm like, bro, calm down.
I was like, well, I got 2 cars now.
Now I can get 3.
I can work on something here. Maybe I should get a Firebird.
You can trade those 2 cars in and pay for.
I've never had a lower car that's longer. That's a V6. I've never had a V6. I've always had, everybody here that knows me, I've always had these little tiny V4, like little tiny coupes, you know, can't even get up the hill going over the mountain to Target, right? And now I got like, dude, bruh, I've never driven. Well, I used to drive Alicia's car, and that had some get up to go. First time I drove that scared me because it has a.
Was that a Volkswagen?
Yeah, it had the turbo or whatever, but
the NOS.
But no, the Dodge that I got now it's got some get up and go comparatively to some of the. So now I'm like, let me get a Firebird. I want like an 84 Firebird. I want
prices.
What about a 69, dudes?
Hey man,
My buddy Chris used to have a 80. I think it was an 81 Firebird Trans Am. Torch red that like him and his dad had built.
Oh, it's good old TA.
As fuck.
Johnny Lawrence would be proud.
nice.
Eagles don't have things. Quiet.
Harry says I got a Ford Fiesta. I used to have a Ford Festiva,
Yeah, you did.
a teal Ford Festiva with a Rage Against the Machine and a Limp Bizkit sticker on it.
Wow.
I remember that little bad boy.
Our Limp Bizkit.
Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and let's race for pink slips.
It's Fast and Furious in here.
Didn't they used to do like drag races on Martin Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Cops shut that down.
Because it's literally I live right next to it. I mean, no, I don't. It's like a big, like at night, it's like scary going down that road. I did it one time. I was burning one down in the car and I wanted to like just kind of ride out and I just rode down that road for a while and at night, you know, and like nothing there. It's kind of fucking scary.
Rich
They used to do over there by the recycling center on Triana. They used to do a whatchamacallit. That's where they used to drag. And then
Down
it went
Drake.
on to the jet.
Down Drake. Yeah.
Yeah,
down
Triana.
to the-
Yeah.
Brooks
Yeah,
and Jelani, remember that used to be another road that we used to drive down when we wanted to.
Man, it was vacant. You just drive and smoke and listen to tunes. Man, that was good times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, pretty much wherever you did that. Wherever you did that in Huntsville, that's where they did the old.
Y'all are weird stretching.
I'm sorry, you were.
Yeah, bro. I was burning one down, drinking a Coors Banquet, listening to Head Game.
Bro, I'm not even lying, man. You remember that time in Reggie's van?
Yeah. Yes.
We should not have done that, but that was wild.
That was wild.
We're like, Reggie, you've been drinking.
Really
you shouldn't be
drunk.
driving. And we literally have like major paraphernalia in there. Like we're not just like we're like
bongs and shit.
we're like crazy. And then and cases of beer. And like we look at Reggie like, Reggie, you shouldn't be driving. He's like, you're right. And he lets go of the wheel. And he's like, whoa! And like we're all laughing. Shit. Never do anything like that. That was a terrible thing. Good times. Would never do anything like that.
Really good times. And he kept wearing that cock rugby shirt. Cock rugby. It's big.
DeJour means seatbelts.
DeJour means seatbelts.
Yeah.
Burning one down while driving down a scary dark road. Act like you've seen a horror movie. Prove it. Prove it. All right, Mike, come pick us all up. We'll go live streaming down the road.
Let's do
Brooks,
it.
do you remember going down the
Blair
road?
Witch shit.
Do you remember going down the road in Big Reg's van that night?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but like I remember doing it, but that's about it.
I remember I was there. That was it.
That was the weirdest night, man.
Good times though.
This dude literally, they literally came from school, from college, like
just drove out.
Yeah.
It was Jacksonville.
Mike, it was a joke, bro. Don't weird stretch. It was a joke.
I was just gonna see if we can see it or not. I can't tell. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're pulling a Justin here. So which way is it? There it is. There's my.
Oh wow, that is a weird stretch.
Is that a Firebird?
No, it's the.
Welcome to PCP. Where we're talking about cars and food.
That is the. I'm trying to find the camera.
Is the hood like? Oh, it's
We're-
a stingray.
Oh, it's
We
a
are-
bit.
Didn't the crocodile hunter get hit by one of those and killed?
Yeah, that's the old.
Bruh.
It's Bab. Hit him in
It's
the
been years.
Too soon.
So the hood is, if you can see, the hood is up. So if we want to talk about cars, this is the 76 Stingray, it's the Chevy small block 350. The other option was the big block 427. So it's all original still, except for the gas cap and the alternator. So
Yeah. The Cog Block 69.
the windshield wipers, the blades are not original.
Well, what I really want is a 1991 Pontiac Firebird red because that's what Johnny Lawrence is driving at the beginning of Cobra Kai. I just Googled it, okay? That's what I want, 1991, baby.
Bro, I'll take the.
And I want a cassette of Motley Crue's greatest hits. And me and Brooks are going to go cruising down that road. We'll pick up Jelani. And
We're cruising for some babes.
we'll burn one down looking for some babes, listening
That's
to
right.
Kickstart My Heart.
That's right.
No, you gotta be listening to Invincible.
And why would we
Beat
not
him off with a stick, bro.
Why will we not pick up J Strick? Because he ain't dope enough to keep up with that shit.
Dang.
Y'all gonna watch Iron Eagle too?
We'll like drive by him and he'll just like his head will droop.
Bro, you don't know shit about Iron Eagle. That's going to be your next fucking favorite movie. That's going to be your favorite soundtrack, your next favorite soundtrack. Like, dude, once you watch Iron Eagle, man, we're doing it.
He's writing it
1,
down
2,
there.
and 3.
First movie in April, we're doing it. We got plans through March already.
We
But
could do Iron Eagle. I like Iron Eagle.
April, we're taking a couple weeks off in April, so we'll do Iron Eagle and Days of Confused in April because we're timing Days of Confused with
That sounds
420.
fair.
And if Perry is still here, Perry, I still want you to be on Days of Confused with us. But anyway, I'm writing that down. We got April. We're just doing 2 movies in April because then we're gearing up for Action Fest.
Oh,
It's already almost getting time to think about
No
Action
way.
Fest. Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Action Fest starts in June.
I'm about to say, yeah.
June or
that's
July.
not
It's like technically, I think we're gonna do June and July, like 2. I don't know. Yeah, June and July is gonna be Action Fest, and in July we're doing 2 weeks of Christmas in July.
He said days and confused.
Days of Confused goes with 420. Works perfect.
Dazed,
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm laughing.
Good.
but that one's gonna be near 420 because it's got a lot of pot references in it. It's a good stoner film, but it goes beyond that. I really like it.
Bro,
What about
you've
Harold
never
and Kumar
seen
Gonna Like
Days and
That?
Confused?
That's Perry's whole shtick.
Perry's
Is
whole
not seeing
thing's
movies,
never
man.
seen-
You just in a fucking bunker his whole life? What?
He watched a lot of romantic comedies, man. He was trying to get the,
He was doing,
Yeah,
the
man.
right thing.
I don't fault
Hey,
him for that.
I'm
man.
a rom-com guy too, but hey.
He's been listening to a lot of Maxwell.
Weird stretch. All right, y'all, look at that beauty. That's what I want.
Are you okay?
1991 Pontiac Firebird.
Cobra Kai has changed his life.
Johnny Lawrence has changed my life. Look,
Back in
oh,
the
weed
day.
movies. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
When is Adult Film Parody Fest? I don't think we're doing that here. If you want that, you're going to have to, maybe one day we can do that on an after hours podcast, but that's it. I don't really want to get into that, Batman. I don't really want to get in that one, though.
You do it on Perry's channel.
The
Like, do
66,
like a super thoughtful and analysis of porn parodies and stuff.
Batman 66.
Yeah.
Batman
I
66.
don't think Adam West would have done that position.
I don't think he would have treated her like that.
No.
In no way would he ripped his clothes.
No, I want the red one, Mike. I want the one Johnny had.
Bandit's a lot
Red
cooler.
I like it when it's black and it had the cobras on it. And then he gave it away.
That's what she said.
I like that one. What happened to that car? He just
Batman 69, dudes.
Dude, 69.
Perry says adult film reviews on my OnlyFans.
Bruh. I mean, you're onto something there, buddy.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit, right? It's weird the roads we travel in back chat. And
We
what's
do.
really weird to me is that we usually have more people in back chat watching than we do the movie review, and we haven't tonight. We actually had
scared
more
them all
people
away.
paying attention when Josie and the Pussycats was being talked about. Isn't that crazy?
Why don't you stop worrying about the count and just worry about your heart?
Yeah, just worry about the.
You think Dylan's going to come on the...
So tomorrow, Dylan's Comics horror show. So check us out there. Sunday night, Rockin' Robbie live. Sunday morning, the weekly pop culture wrap up. Then Monday, I'm recording an interview for Small Town Collectibles. It's called 10 Questions. He's had Bueller on there recently. He's had Jim Mint, so I'm excited for that. Tuesday night, weekly comic book review. Wednesday night, Talking Comics Live. I hope you've been liking that show. I'm having so much fun. Jay Strick, thank you for joining me this week, and Brooks. And Mike, thank you for joining me the week prior. Jelani just doesn't keep up with enough comics to be on that show.
Nope, not at all.
But
Changed.
this upcoming Wednesday, we will have Jim Mint from Jim Mint Collectibles joining us. So that's the first announcement you've heard of that. So very excited for that. Oh, and by the way, the very next week on Talking Comics Live on Wednesday, it's going to be Bueller. So we got a really slam bang back-to-back guest list for Talking Comics Live for the next couple weeks. So lots of cool, fun stuff here. And now it's time for a lot of people's. Ooh. All right, PCP Army, start them super chats. We're doing Firebird fun. Just kidding. No, I'm gonna get a shitty one, man. It'll be a work project. Me, you, and
Stimulus money, dude.
me, you.
Will John work on it because it's not a Ford?
Now we'll get me, you, and Justin to work on it.
Oh God, that car
He'll-
ain't never
He'll
getting
sit in
done.
his garage
No,
for 20
not at
years. But it's show and tell time.
There you
And
go. Hey, Grant. There you go.
yeah, that's more in line.
Yeah, hey, Grant's
I'm not in a rush. Not in a rush. It's just a weird thought, and I think Jelani's onto something. I got to really meditate on this. Am I going through a midlife crisis? And if so, this can't be midlife. There's got to be more to it than this. Anyway, show and tell time. Brooks, you're up. Show us what you've got.
Bring your
Show
egg in,
this off,
Brooke.
like Wednesday, but like I feel like I should probably do it again. But Strider
Nice.
around here, they call him Strider. Like this, I don't know where this thing came from or like what line it's from, or anything, but it's fucking awesome.
It's a
Like
freaking
it's got the
doll.
clothing,
I just think you'll buy anything Lord of
got
the
a little
Rings.
quiver on his back and shit.
That was a
You got
gift
the
from the
fucking
Deep
shoes.
Collectibles.
I don't think I can make him stand up without like a stand, but like I don't care, man. This thing is pretty damn cool.
Use the
I might have a stand for that. I gotta look upstairs.
And a little while back, I picked up.
What soda you drinking?
So apparently these are super hard to find because of COVID. They stopped
All right.
making it.
Brooks. Nice. Fresca. Look at that. They
I'm
sell,
mixing it with my champagne.
they
That's
sell the
nice.
cans at Kroger.
He was gonna draw a map to how to get to the drink.
Got a fresh
Sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to put Mike on the spot
Really?
because I'm such a nice dude and friend to
Yeah,
him.
I know. I noticed that about you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I picked these up the other day. I haven't bought a lot of amiibos lately.
Hey.
I found these at Target, so I was like, I want to get those. They're from the
Breath of the Wild series.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
I understood that reference.
You don't understand this next reference too.
You're the only one.
That's
Because I
fine.
found
Me
this
and Brooke
guy
have
today at
Zelda
Walmart,
together.
and I picked him up.
Hey.
Oh,
My favorite DBZ character,
Nice.
Piccolo
only-
the Great, the most
Yep.
powerful DBZ character.
The only father Gohan ever had.
That's right. The real daddy.
Used to be the devil.
You
Now
fucking
he's a good
monkey.
guy.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, that was a good Frieza.
It's a good Frieza.
I also found this at Walmart today. Oh,
Oh,
Bruh.
Wow. That's cool as crap, dude.
I got them both now.
Why do you keep doing that?
What are
that's-
you trying to collect the Infinity Gauntlet?
Bruh, man.
Jeez.
All you need now to collect the Infinity Gauntlet is Silverhawks, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, and Transformers.
Dino Riders.
That's it.
Fucking Thanos. Fine, I'll do it myself.
You found that at Walmart? How much was it?
40.
Ooh,
Same as
good,
She-Ra.
good deal. I need
Dang.
those. I need those.
There's
Mikey
one more
says-
thing I got from
Mikey
Walmart
s-
while I was there.
Mikey says that's a great Hidalgo figure.
No, gotta get the horse.
If you strip him nude, man, you can recreate that scene in Eastern Promises.
Oh yeah.
Piccolo used to meditate under a waterfall, so as a kid, I would sit under the cold bathtub faucet and think I was becoming a Saiyan.
Piccolo is a Namek.
Weird thread.
He is the back end.
That was a good one,
Yeah,
Barry.
man. Weird stretches all around today.
All right. Was that it, Brooks?
I got one more thing that I found
Oh,
at Walmart.
shit.
Guess what's back? Double-decker moon pies, bro.
Bruh.
You know I bought a box of each flavor. I got me a chocolate, I got me a banana, I got me a vanilla.
My
We
man
had
bought a
those at
bundle.
work.
Moon
got
pies,
the-
bro.
A
Not the
bundle.
double deckers, man.
They're
It's not a
double
double decker, young man. Slow your roll, jabroni.
Yeah,
I
we ain't
don't
got
eat
double deckers.
regular moon pies, man. I don't eat unless they're double
Why don't you
decker.
go play with your dinosaurs?
Brooks
I will.
doesn't eat regular moon pies. He doesn't need that negativity in his life.
If it ain't
All right.
double decker, I ain't interested.
I
All
was
right.
totally jerking, Brooks.
Jerkin.
Oh.
All right,
For you.
Dino Mike. Why don't you just go ahead and do your show and tell?
Dino Mike.
Dino Mike.
Oh, bam, there it is.
What? So you got
Dino
Dino
Riders.
Riders?
Dino Riders
Oh,
are back.
man.
This is the biggest
Um,
piece of shit, by the way. This is the biggest pile of garbage that they have sold us through nostalgia. Is this set that Mike has right here?
Yeah, I was, but I have been able to find the fun and joy in it, unlike most people. So they have they're all, so the bad guys are the purple ones, and you get 3. So let's compare. So here's a transformer. Here's your basic transformer, and then that's what this is. So, like they're super small. I was gonna get
You come with a spaceman?
yeah, they got them.
Right.
They're all right there. It's all still all have it in the
Right,
package.
Fable.
So
We don't know. We don't know Fable. We don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing either.
The story of my life.
Yeah. It's got the missiles on the side, so it's like.
Do you remember what Dino Riders were like, bruh?
Yeah, they were big.
Yeah, they're not that. They're not that at all.
It's like the figures were the same size as the mass figures. So I mean, it's a little disappointing that they're not to scale to the originals, but it's still kind of fun and nostalgic. Like I'm gonna get somebody to paint these, so at least they're the true
correct
color
colors.
instead of purple. Yeah, instead of purple and.
They promised us Dino Riders were coming back. They gave us fucking army men.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Yeah, but like you saw I saw in the packaging, like when they were announced, and it was just like, oh, cool, like that's what they are. Like, oh, they're green and purple. I just thought they were going to be a little bit bigger. So like I was expecting this. I just didn't realize they were going to be this small. So that was just
They promised us Star Wars, and they gave us Laser Force.
Yeah. Don't hate on my Laser Force. Laser Force is the shit.
I just showed one. There's this, which is the Autobot spin out. So this is spin out. This is the Diaclone character that they used for Sunstreaker. So
Nice.
You're so
this was Diaclone, got turned into this, which is
Cool.
the Sunstreaker. So now I have all 3. The other one was the Search and Rescue. It goes with Ratchet, First Red Alert, and Prowl.
They
So,
need spoilers. Why don't they have spoilers?
yeah, I don't understand why. So that's a third market thing. and it's like you get the spoiler for like you can get all 3 spoilers for like $10 to $15.
Yeah.
So it's not 3D printed. They're nice. They're fine. I'm gonna have to get. I was waiting to get all of these before I bought them because I just wanted to see how they were. So we had me and Robbie did that random live stream the other night, and one of our questions was, "What was the weirdest thing in our collection?" And I said Care Bears and like My Little Pony stuff, and I think Robbie said it's something like giving the holograms or Barbie. But now I have a can of Spam.
I ain't got no fucking Barbie figures, brother. Well, I do have that Ashley
High School
Tisdale.
Musical figures. Of
Yeah,
all-
I do. I do.
You have
Oh,
a 112. It's essentially
That's the weirdest one I've got. Then.
Yeah, so I picked up the can of Spam. So now that's my weirdest figure.
Can Spam.
Sit right there. And so what else do I have? Oh, we were also talking about toys from back in the day. And this one I did special for Fable because he's the one that brought it up. But there it is.
The Wheel Warriors? Jason, the freaking Wheel Warriors? Where do you
Correct.
have those? What the crap? I've been looking for those all my life.
There's Warriors.
Oh. Where'd you
There
find
it
them?
is.
Of course, you work at a toy store. Yeah.
So there it is. And then I got the
Those are nice.
truck.
Oh, that's nice.
What is that from?
The
Yeah, there it is.
Jason, the Wheel Warriors. It was a cartoon way before your time. It was like
Yep.
it came out right around the same time as Silverhawks did.
This is the
It was only one season, but they're
Yeah.
interchangeable pieces. You can take the pieces out and the wheels and everything and put them on other vehicles.
yeah.
Or
So I
put
can
them
take
on other
this
vehicles.
off,
Yeah.
Put the gun
That
on.
was so cool. I had like 2 or 3 of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, so there's this, and then you can put it on.
Yeah.
You can put him on there, and it's just. And, oh, I don't want this on here. And
Yeah.
the thing that worries me about these the most is that it's gold, and gold toys have a tendency to break. So the owner of these, who I know, did a good job. So it's like, there you go, you can do it. You can just make
Awesome.
They also came with little drivers too. The bad guys came with the slug brains.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so that was my some new Transformers, and just new and a little bit of old and a weird stretch.
Nice.
So,
Very weird stretch. Very nice though. I like those, man.
Weird stretch, man. That's a weird stretch.
Yo, that's a weird stretch. Yo, that's a weird stretch.
Weird stretch, yeah.
And the retro's on the move. All right, next up, show and tell. Rockin' Robbie, that's me. Hey, everybody. Well, we already kind of spoiled this one, but I showed this off the other night anyway. But there's my sound wave I got.
With laser beacon ravage. That's freaking nuts.
How cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
What's the theme of your show and tell?
Hasbro.
What is the music? What's the
Oh
music
man, I thought I
for you?
stumped the Schwab.
Speaking of Transformers, look what Mike hooked me up with too.
Nice.
Got that
still haven't found
thrust.
that yet, man. I still haven't found thrust. I haven't found either one of those.
I got
Got-
that on.
Gotta have the seekers.
Is that another palette swapped Starscream?
Got that one
Yeah.
out in Madison.
Something
No,
like
they're
that.
bigger. He's bigger. Thrust is bigger on the shit there.
Got the shiny Pink Ranger.
The
the
pink one. That's
cat.
not Kimberly.
The glittery package that I don't.
Yeah.
This package is beautiful. It's amazing.
It is.
Fantastic stuff. Since we were talking about it, I do have a Barbie.
Musical.
So there
Yeah.
you go. This was actually a gift from Jelani and James, I think, back in the day,
That is
right?
correct. That is
Yeah.
correct. He found it at Toys R Us for you.
And you guys were weird stretching, but I was like not lying. I was like, I'm going to always keep it, right?
You did. And
Yep,
we were
there
proud
you
of
go.
you. We're super proud of you.
There you go.
Bro, I ain't got no Barbies.
Meteor Man. Yes.
Got my Meteor
I
Man
can't wait to
Blu-ray
see
in.
that, man. I can't wait
Yep.
to see that.
We're covering that, by the way, at the end of March
Yes.
or at the end of February.
Bro,
I thought I was done with Pops.
They're on the way out, man.
Oh my god.
They're on the way out.
I got a Mayor McCheese, y'all. Speaking of product placement, I don't necessarily feel
How much is McDonald's paying you, bro?
I don't necessarily feel the best with owning McDonald's paraphernalia and basically Mickey D's idolatry in my house, but I'm sorry. It's Mayor McCheese. Look at that.
It is. You can't beat that. I used to play in his head as a child.
Bruh, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. This reminds me of my childhood so freaking much. And I got one more thing, but it's right over there. Give me a second. One more thing. Weird stretching. I know.
2 weeks later.
And they never saw Robbie again.
Yep.
You want to see Gillette get mad?
I'm already mad. You son of a bitch. How did you? How?
Hold on.
Okay.
I've got the first issue of Heroes Illustrated
I remember that.
with a prism foil-ish cover. Look at that.
that.
Look at that.
Y'all had those at the Old Deep.
You ready for this? Promo Comics Price Guide. Exploring the new comic universes. And you ready? McFarlane Talks.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
By the way, there's this new Sabretooth book coming out. Since it's shattering, I hear. And Deadpool.
Huh.
Be on the
Oh my
lookout.
God,
for
they'll
these.
never catch on.
Anyway, that's my show and tell. But dude, Mayor McCheese, by the way, thank you, Jay Strick. But guess what? Stripe's been dethroned. He no longer rules Grayskull.
Oh man.
It's
Well,
Mayor
that's-
McCheese.
That's disrespectful.
He just threw some fucking sunlight on him.
Well, we all know Strive would take out Mayor McCheese. Now,
He-
Hamburglar.
I'm
I'll give you Hamburglar.
Well, as John Lees kept saying when the other day, watch this space because you may see the Hamburglar show up. In fact, you may see every McDonald's mascot.
Oh God.
Did they make a Ronald McDonald? Of course they did. It's a problem.
Yeah, of course.
Of
Yeah.
course they did. Of course
They got everybody, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And they got a birdie coming out too. And I'm not getting the chicken nuggets. I draw the line at the nuggets. Jay Strick, show and tell, you're up. What you got?
Oh my gosh, dude. I have this deluxe hardcover of Shattered Grid, yearbook style.
Nice.
Hardcover's fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes
I
hard
actually
for
want
the
those,
Rangers.
Yeah, they're gonna be the cheaper option to those new ones they're doing. Here's
You think it's-
Obi-Wan as a clone.
Oh, I had that ages ago.
It's Obi-Wan. Prove it. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there
There's
it is.
Jesus here.
Holy shit!
I
It's
had that
Obi-Wan.
figure.
He said prove it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi doing in the
Here is since some of you haven't seen Clone Wars, you will not understand this next figure. Here's Pre-Vista.
I don't know that person.
Bisla.
That's what I said.
It's a nice Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's a nice.
You got the
photo.
dark saber,
He's got the
bro.
dark saber in his hand.
Is
Yeah.
that Mandalorian?
Yeah, he's like
Is this
He's the
Obi-Wan?
evil one. Is
Yeah,
he?
he's like
Another
leader of
Death
Death Watch during the Clone Wars.
Yeah, he gets got in the. Well,
If you
that's-
didn't watch
Maul
Clone
kills
Wars,
him.
you're not a real Star Wars fan.
Maul
That's
gets
true.
the dark saber.
Oh, I've seen that guy before.
Yeah, you've probably seen him in like a.
I hate his art. So yeah, I've seen him before.
Here is. I guess I'm just showing off all Star Wars stuff besides the Power Rangers. That's
What's
okay.
your theme?
Star Wars. Mike got me there.
I still can't find that.
Beautiful.
Well done.
The
'Cause
foil
I found that either.
on the figure is just freaking dope.
Is that one of the shadow ones?
Keep that in
Yeah.
the box.
Yeah.
Keep that
Ah.
bad boy in the box.
I found that in Antioch. So
And
Cool.
then,
Like in the Middle East?
no, like south of Nashville, Antioch.
it's the transport from the Mandalorian season 1.
Oh,
The
nice.
yeah.
Did that one get blown up?
Calm down. I don't think so.
No, it didn't.
That's nice. That's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
That is pretty cool.
Didn't realize you were such a Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
I feel like you know that, but yeah, okay.
I mean, I just thought you were trying to be cool.
I wouldn't have chose Star Wars though.
I know you would have chosen Trek. I get
And
it,
Trek is
brother.
for the cool kids.
Trek is
No,
for
I
the
would have
cool
chosen Buckaroo
kids.
Banzai, young man.
Trek for life.
By the way, last week,
Live
let
long
me
and
tell you
prosper.
something. the power of PCP. Last week, we were talking about Buckaroo Banzai, and we talked about how we needed the sequel, and even if it was just a series of novels, right?
Mhm.
Just a few days ago, Dark Horse announces they're publishing a novel written by the screenwriter of the original Buckaroo Banzai of the sequel, and they plan on doing a series of novels now with the continuing adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
Hey, can we get him on the channel so you can become a friend?
Like, guys, I'm just saying the power I think PCP has accumulated might be a bit too far beyond our control if we literally have willed a series of Buckaroo Banzai novels into existence within a week, y'all.
Power of positivity.
The power station.
The power of Mayor McCheese.
We need to make elemental rings for each of us so we can like summon a super powerful eco warrior.
Yeah. I'm
Earth,
Earth.
wind,
I'm Earth.
fire.
Brooks is heart, though.
Water. Heart.
Heart.
With your powers
So
combined.
here's the next prediction then. You know what's going to manifest next? A 91 Firebird and a Josie and the Pussycats Shout Factory Blu-ray.
Maybe a Knicks appearance in the playoffs.
It's out of the universe.
No.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
What do you think? Do you think it's Lakers Nets, man? I don't know.
How about a Lakers game where they win?
Oh!
We'll talk about that, Brooks. Anyway, like there's only one of us left.
Show us what
It's
you
me.
got.
I saved him for last because he usually does the weirdest stretches and the longest stretches during show and tell, and I love it. I appreciate it because out of all of us, Mike may be the guru in finding things, but the guru in collecting and accumulating toys, it's our man, Delaney.
It is I.
And you literally can never see them
Yeah, you're right.
because they're like, if he just turned his camera around a little bit, you could see him.
Well, this is a new camera, so by the power.
Yeah,
of
it
God.
looks new, young man.
This
Good for you.
is He-Man with his
I like the
original
old school head, man. I like the
Yeah.
old school head.
The battle armor one too, because it's got the stuff. I think I like the old battle armor one. I don't have that one. I really need to find it.
It's a lot. The chest is bigger on the
But
old
the chest is much bigger than the other one. But I love that it comes with the little thingy and such. That's awesome. Because I'm going to use this for when I get Grayskull. Get Castle Grayskull. And then, of course, I couldn't get He-Man without Skeletor. And he is awesome as well. This is the I love the heads that came with these. They're freaking awesome.
Yeah, the heads are a lot better.
They're
on,
way better.
go around.
And the best part is you can interchange them to everything. So I put
Yep.
that He-Man head goes on the regular He-Man when I get my Grayskull. But yeah, I'm excited for these. These are awesome. And then I have another find that Mike got for me, which I'm really appreciative of. Yeah, you got the original. I want that one too. I gotta find that bad boy. This is the one Mike got me. This articulated icon made by the Whoosh. It's a ninja. It comes with so many pieces, but this is what I decided to come up with. He's so clean, and I love like all his little parts, his weapons. I should have bought 2 of these when I had the chance, but I'm gonna have a whole ninja shelf with red hand ninjas and red ninjas from Cobra. I can't wait for all of these to come out. And then I think I'll go with this Mezco blade.
Nice.
I found this in the wild. I saw your blade, Robbie, and I was like, I've got to get a blade. So I found this blade. It's not the one with the vest, but he's got the cool guns and all and everything
Yeah,
else.
that's
So
pretty dope.
yeah, I like the jacket.
Is that
What is
the
that
Punisher
from?
Man?
What's
This
that
is
from?
Or
the
the
Mezco.
Punisher? Is that the Punisher bike?
This is the Punisher bike. Yeah, I
Oh,
put it.
nice.
Yeah, but I found it and I was like, I gotta have this. This is my STEMI check money. I had to get the STEMI money, and then this one, and then finally, I don't usually buy like things like this, but it's like one of these mini statues. But I got the mini statue of Dracula from Castlevania.
Oh, cool.
That's dope.
And I got it for almost super cheap. I got it like GameStop for like $17. It used to be like 50.
Nice.
And I was like, I saw it months ago and I was like, I'm gonna get this. And I changed my mind. for a long time, and I was like, no, I'll get it. And then I saw it again, and I was like, $17, mine. So yeah, it comes, and I bought the figures that came with it, so this basically completes the set. But this is a statue. I normally don't buy these because I'm afraid I'll break it, but it goes well with the figures. Yeah, because I dropped stuff, man, and I lost a ton of Gundams. So
you did break my Ash minibus, but that's okay. We're not going to bring that up.
Thanks, you past bring up, motherfucker.
We're not going to bring that up.
No, we're not.
Anyway,
only you will, but it's cool.
No, Brooks is the one that brought it up. Anyway, thank you all for joining us in PCP Back Chat. Thank you so much for joining us here for Josie and the Pussycats. Next week, Transformers, lots of other goodies in between. Thank you guys so much. We are dipping out, PCP Army. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep on rocking and stay